Our Stewart Plumbing pregame show from United Wireless Arena alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Let's get to Ross and the keys for tonight's game.
Mike, I think a big thing right off the bat is how well the defensive line played last week. It looks like they're really coming together. And I think that this is going to be really important because this is a team that the Omaha Beef got a great win last week. But the thing is, Mike, they've been having problems scoring on this season, basically averaging 30 points a ball game. Very low, if you will, in this type of league in scoring. Defensive line's playing very, very well. And I think getting Kyle McManus is another key, getting back on the offensive line. But I thought our 3 Rs last week did a great job. Randall, Rush, and Ross did a fantastic job. But McManus is there for the long snapping, also on top of the shotgun. I think he's going to be a big asset in this ball game. And, Mike, I think I'm going to go with a third key here, and it's getting really probably the best player in this league. And you say, well, Josh Floyd, yeah, not a bad player. I'm going to go Dominique Carson. I think that Dominique Carson could have a big game. This is a guy that really gets no respect, to tell you the truth, throughout the league. He gets respect in this regard is that people will not kick to him. Because you kick to Dominique Carson, you better watch out because that guy's got a chance taking it back. It'd be nice to see Dominique Carson hit the triple digits again. Got Keen Jack back there in the backfield. This could be a big-time game right now for Dodge City.
There's the keys for tonight's game. Let's meet the Omaha Beef starting defense. They'll start Devon Bridges and James Patterson at the ends. DeMichael McWilliams is the starting nose tackle. Jesse Robertson, who actually leads the league in tackles, is the starting linebacker. Michael Pace and Antonio Bell, the corners. Bell played collegiately at Nebraska. A.J. Downs and Alcid Panto are the starting safeties here tonight. And from initial indication, Dodge City will get the football first. Omaha won the toss, and they elected to defer.
Well, Mike, impressed right now so far. Still got people coming in here. Dollar Beer Night. What a spectacular day it was. Absolutely great. And then, Mike, down below us, how about the fans from Omaha Beef that actually made the trip down here? On their announcement, they came out. You heard them bells, those old cowbells that they brought down. And just made me think of the old Rawson Arena last year, Mike. And we'll talk about that beautiful weather that you and I had when we were in Omaha. Might have been a -4, something like that. Yep. I think you and I were selling popsicles outside. It didn't sell very well for some odd reason.
I remember that journey because on our way there, as the teams flipped sides to get this thing going, that I went to sleep. We were coming from a college basketball playoff game. And, yeah, and we drove into Iowa, I think, at that point. I think that's where we were. I wake up after you were driving and it looked like a blizzard. I don't know how you saw anything in front of you. Today it was 70 degrees. We didn't have to worry about that. Dominique Carson is a yard deep, awaiting the kick from Todd Adolf. Carson coming in second in the league in kickoff return average. Dodge City wearing the charcoal and gray uniforms with the silver pants of the charcoal helmets. Omaha in the white, black, and orange. And Adolph's end-over-end kick will float to Carson 5 yards deep. Right up the middle, 5, 10, gets a seam, 15, 20. There goes Carson, 25, breaks a tackle, and he lost the football, fumbles the football, and Omaha has it inside the 10. At the 9, it's Rashad Rich. So wipe out the huge 30-yard return by Dominique Carson.
Oh, man, he made a nice little return there, Mike. He was looking for open space, get to the outside. I believe that was the kicker that made the contact to slow him down. Was able to break his speed just a little bit. As he got coming back, he got tackled from behind. Ball came stripped out. Boy, just a great return.
So like that, the ball goes over to Omaha. So 1st and 10 Beef at their own 9 following the turnover. And remember, last week, 4 giveaways for Dodge City. And now the Omaha offense, Ross has already alluded to this, averaging a league worst 30 points per game. But they're coming off an upset win over Sioux City a week ago. 1st and 10 Beef moving right to left on the near hash. It's Chuck Wright at quarterback with 2 receivers right and 2 to the left, an empty set. Out of the shotgun, takes the shotgun snap, 4-man rush on a slant, caught by Brian Borrow as he makes his move up the near side numbers and then pushed towards the boundary as Dejon Love corrals him at the 18-yard line after a gain of 9 at 2nd down and 1.
Dropped Quarterman back that time, Mike, and then you brought in Rico Brooks as the linebacker who rushed the quarterback.
Brooks, who has missed the last couple of games, back of the starting lineup tonight. Courtney Sanders and Mark Sterling are inactive. 2nd and 1 Beef. Near hash moving right to left at their own 18. This time it's right under center. Allen Daniels the single setback on a toss sweep right, and he is buried. Behind the line of scrimmage, Jamar Seard. It's a loss of 4, back to the 14. It's 3rd and 5.
Great job by Seard. He's lined up right up over the center, Mike, and just goes right by him. There's the toss, and Seard, the halfback gets the ball, and he's looking right at Seard. Tried to maneuver around Seard, couldn't do it. Great play.
Omaha 34% on the year on 3rd down. They were 6 of 11 last week. 3rd and 5. Near hash opening drive of their own 14. 2 receivers, right, 1 left, right under center. Straight back to throw. Looks to the near side left, and it's caught by Burrow. Did they say it was deflected off the wall? No, they're going to say it is a completed pass. And Burrow has a first down out to the 24-yard line, working there on Rico Brooks. It's a gain of 10 and a first down on 3rd and 5.
Boy, Thomas almost had that read perfectly. Just couldn't get out there and get the hand to knock that away. And really, that's a good catch there by Burrow.
So 1st and 10. Ryan Burrow from Nebraska, Omaha. Their football program folded a couple of years ago. They went to Division I. 1st and 10 with Wright out of the shotgun at his own 24 with 4 receivers. 3-step drop. Brooks comes free on a blitz. Lobs one to the end zone. It's caught by Kenny. Touchdown as he got away with pushing off on Cashman Thomas. It's a 26-yard touchdown strike, and Omaha's on the board first.
And Mike, they made a little contact down there, but he did. He extended the arm fully. Just wasn't out to the elbow or the shoulder. Was able to get away with a little push right there. The official said no push whatsoever. Letting him play.
So following the Dominique Carson turnover, they turn it into points. And with 12:33 left in the opening quarter, Adolf comes on for the extra point. Turnover's a killer last week that nearly cost Dodge City the game. Wright will hold. Snap back, placement good. Adolf's kick is right down the middle. 12:33 left first quarter. Off the Dominique Carson fumble, the opening kickoff. The Beef take it, a 26-yard touchdown pass. They lead 7-0 on Z98.
So we'll line up and do another kickoff here as the return was good. But the fumble, the ball was jarred loose at about the 20-yard line, in between the 15 and 20-yard line after a nice return. By number 4, Cashman Thomas, and he's the short man, taken by Patterson at the end of the end zone. This time going to be dragged down, held on, hanging on for dear life is Jesse Robertson. Would not let go. Very short return, great special teams coverage that time by Robertson, and that's going to put the Law 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. So here we go with the Beefs' first defensive stand here. Number 11, quarterback, hands off to number 21, and he's going to be hit hard by Robertson, who came to play. 6.5-hour road trip, no problem for Jesse Robertson as he actually stops number 21 for about a yard loss. 2-yard loss, actually. That'd be Dominique Carson. I'll get these names down here shortly, folks. Just stick with me. Out of the shotgun formation. Quick bubble screen. Out to number 9. He's going to be wrapped up that time. Quickly on by the Beef defense. Be number 22. In on the tackle, but unfortunately not on my roster. I believe it was Disease Calvert, but I'm not sure. Antonio Bell, one of the cornerbacks. Number 9, Jesse Robinson, hunkering down that middle. Shotgun formation, pass over the middle, complete. Gets away from Robertson and picks up about an extra 5 yards out to the 20, possibly the 19-yard line, so that will be a Law. First down. James Patterson, left end for the Beef. Run up the middle by the quarterback. He's going to break one tackle and gain about 11 yards. Joshua Floyd, the Law quarterback, making some stuff happen with his feet. Beef are going to have to really contain him. Rush up the middle that time. He's going to pick up about 8 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Law. So they're having success running the ball in the last 2 plays. Second and 2 as Floyd out of the shotgun formation. Sends 2 receivers in motion. Pitch out to the left, cut back to the middle. Nice move in there. Still on his feet, still breaking tackles. Number 21 on a spectacular 17-yard run. Just refused to go down. Was hit by 3 or 4 Omaha Beef players, but just managed to wiggle away from all of them. Dominique Carson made up for that fumble kickoff return with a great run that time. Here's the extra point try from the 10-yard line. Good snap, hold, and that ball is going to be wide left, so no good. So the Beef hang on for a 1-point lead with 8:43 left to go in this contest, or actually in the first quarter. The Law almost tied it up. They did score a touchdown. Dominique Carson refused to go down on that 20 or 17-yard touchdown run.
So Omaha scores just a couple of minutes in after the Carson fumble, and then Dodge City responds very nicely, but the missed extra point by Alex Fambro. Fambro's end-over-end kick will sail to Alan Daniels. 7 yards deep, will take it out up the middle 5. Stutter step to the right 10 at the numbers. And he's upended at the 12-yard line by Cashman Thomas. They'll push him out to the 13. So it's a 20-yard return, and there's a flag down.
Very well could be a hold call here, too, that was out in the open.
Flag laying at the 10-yard line, and you're exactly right. So the Omaha offense back on the field, directed by Chuck Wright. Half the distance, which will move the ball inside the 10.
Omaha right on the Missouri River, largest city in Nebraska. Omaha meaning English, dweller of the bluff. Council Bluffs, I believe right across the river, I think. Iowa?
Yeah, I think we drove through there. Didn't we drive through there?
It was snowing so hard, Mike, and it was blowing. I have no idea.
The sign was green, the lettering was white, so we couldn't tell if that said Council Bluffs or something else. 1st and 10, Omaha up 7-6 with 8:20 left in the first at their own 5. Misdirection handoff, no play action, right keeps, fires up the seam, incomplete, nowhere close. They had 3 defenders on Rashad Rich, and the 2 of them on the back end, Thomas and Dejan Love. Great play action fake though by Wright. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Junior Quarterman, I tell you what, this guy can do probably about everything, Mike. Generally rushing the quarterback, but this time he's able to sit back. And like I said, with Rico Brooks, it allows Quarterman to sit back in there and get in that defense. Did a good job coming across.
Chuck Wright, who actually spent time as a head coach at Council Bluffs in 2012 before being replaced by former Lincoln Haymakers coach Dave Brummagem. 2nd down and 10, he's the quarterback here from his own 5-yard line under center. Delay, handoff, it's Daniels up the middle, and he surges forward for a couple. Ja'Cory Quarterman trips him up at the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
And Mike, that was one of those plays that Chuck Wright there, a little bit late on getting that handoff. He turned, goes the other way, and it's just, all it is just a misdirection. He comes right back to the halfback. Had a nice little hole right there, able to get some positive yards.
7:10 to play in the first, 7-6 Omaha, moving right to left, and a 3rd and 6 between the hash marks at their own 9. Trips right, single receiver left. Wright takes a chest high snap. They drop 5 into coverage. Rolls right, slings it right, and it's caught. Brandon Kinney, who has the touchdown reception in this game, stepping in front of Cashman Thomas and makes the reception at the 15. It's a gain of 6 on 3rd and 6. And they're going to say he's about a half-yard shy of the first down.
I tell you what, that is a tough battle that you're going to see here tonight. You saw that he was able to come across there. Kenny was able to get, when he got the touchdown, he had the inside position, Mike. That time, Cashman, a little bit shorter, obviously. Thing is, Kenny, what, 225, 6'3", big kid.
Played for Jeff Sims at Fort Scott. Jeff Sims now the coach at Garden City Community College. 4th and 1, Wright keeps, quarterback sneak off left guard. He didn't need much. And it looks like he got the first down out near the 16-yard line. At first, he didn't get much of a push. They're going to mark it back a half a yard, but all he needed was a half yard, and he picks up the first down on 4th and under a yard. It's Lou Van Green that makes the tackle.
You know, talking about Council Bluffs, it was actually speculators that really kind of founded Omaha. Went across the river over there and decided, you know what, hey, this looks like a good place that we ought to set up another little shop here.
It's a beautiful town, of course, home of the College World Series. They took down Rosenblatt, built that beautiful multi-gajillion-dollar stadium downtown Omaha. 1st and 10, Beef at their own 15. Delay handoff to Daniels, running to the near side left, and he's tracked down from behind by Rico Brooks. That's a loss of about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Nice read on the play by Rico Brooks, too, Mike. What it did is looking downfield, all of a sudden, bam, call it the draw. Brooks had that read easily, and then you got to make that tackle, and was able to just go up there and make the tackle and then slide down and grab the legs. You can't go anywhere. Nice play.
5:10 to play first quarter. 7-6 Omaha. Beef in possession right to left at their own 14-yard line. Rich to the near side left. 3 receivers right. Chuck Wright out of the shotgun with 2 in high motion. And as he takes the snap, a flag comes out. There's going to be a false start on Omaha. Put the ball back inside the 10-yard line. The Beef, the 4th most penalized team in the league. Amarillo took over the distinction as the number 1 team in that department. Dodge City was going into last week, and now it's 2nd down and 16. Beef at their own 9-yard line. Less than 5 to play in the first. The opening kickoff. Omaha won the coin toss, but elected to defer. Dominique Carson returned the opening kickoff 30 yards, but fumbled. And then 4 plays later, Chuck Wright hit Brandon Kinney for the game's first touchdown. 2nd and 16, Omaha at their own 9. 3 receivers right. Wright takes the shotgun snap, steps up, fires a missile over the middle on a drag route. It's behind Brandon Kinney, who was moving from right to left. He took a shot. The helmet of Cashman Thomas right into the back of Kinney. It's incomplete. It's 3rd and 16.
Mike, I tell you what, Kinney catches that ball, and Cash actually let up on the play right there, but just realized that here's a guy that's open body-wise, no catch on the play. Probably if Cash would have made contact, probably would have been a penalty of some sort. Obviously, probably 15 yards. But I tell you what, he makes that catch. Cashman blows him up.
3rd and 16, Omaha at their own 9. Ball on the right hash. They're moving right to left. They are on their feet. It's Dollar Beer Nights. Enough said. Three receivers left, one right. Two in high motion as Wright takes the shotgun snap. Three-man rush, lobs it over the middle and incomplete. Moving from right to left on a drag route this time was Rashad Rich. The ball was just out in front. Quarterman was back in coverage for Dodge City. It's 4th and 16.
So you're saying the crowd was brought out by $1 beer night? Mike, I've already knocked off my 3 beers. I'm going to try to hold myself to 3 beers per quarter.
I
doing the 12-pack.
I forgot to ask Ricky Burtz, the co-owner, to see what time they actually stopped selling the $1 beer. Now,
well, you need to find out because I'm going to need to know.
We'll cut you off anyway. 4th and 16. And Adolf will come on to attempt a 55-yard field goal. Adolf's long this year. It was 43. He's had 3 blocked. This from 55. Snap back, placement good. The kick is blocked. Towards the near sideline and hits the wall. That's the 4th block of an Adolf kick this year. And Dodge City Special Teams does its job yet again.
Boy, Mike, we got great penetration that time. I don't know who got it. We're going to only speculate that maybe that Brooks might have came right up the middle and able to get it, but it's almost like they were able to beat it there. Still can't really tell from that view.
I think it was Rico. Rico Brooks, from all indications, is the one that blocked the field goal. 3:03 remaining in this first quarter. It's 7-6 Omaha on Z98. 3:03 left first quarter alongside Ross Miller. Mike Philosoph, Tim Bulwer will join us on our post-game show tonight. 7-6 Omaha, and after the block kick by Rico Brooks on a 55-yard field goal attempt by Adolf, Dodge City set up with enormous field position at the Omaha 5-yard line, moving left to right.
Well, Mike, we just got such great penetration. Not only was Rico back there, we had a couple players also back there. Basically, that's one of those deals, kickers. That's a tough play when you know that basically you're going to get that thing blocked right in your face. Couldn't get rid of it.
Dodge City set up perfectly here. Remember last week they had that kickoff return by Ja'Cory Quarterman in the second half. They returned it inside the 10. Very next play, they fumbled the ball. So they've squandered some opportunities the last couple of games because of turnovers inside the red zone. And Dodge coming in as one of the best red zone offenses in the league. First and goal from the 5. Floyd out of the pistol. It's King Jack Washington behind him. Sends Brandon Benson in high motion. Handoff Washington. Sweeping left. Cuts it back to the right. And just outside the numbers is flipped by Michael Pace, who played collegiately at North Carolina A&T. Gain of 3 down to the 2. It's second and goal.
Mike, how big was that win for Omaha last week? But then you got to sit there and think about Sioux City sitting at 2-3 in the league right now. 3 teams there tied. Texas, Wichita, and the Bombers all sitting at 4-2.
Second and goal from the 2. Some extra beef. Matt Randall in as a blocking back. Josh Floyd pointing out the Mike linebacker. Play clock down to 7. Second and goal from the 2. Takes the snap out of the pistol. Hands off for King Jack Washington, trying to push his way left. And he is eaten alive by A.J. Downs, who had tremendous penetration. Washington very lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's third and goal from the 2.
Mike, how's that saying go? Really, from Omaha, used to be one of the largest stockyards. In fact, it was the world's largest. Its meatpacking plant was gained international prominence back in the day. I'm going to use the term, where's the beef? And we've got the beef up there right now. We've got the big boys up on that line. Let's go right behind him and just shove this thing forward.
Third and goal from the 2. Dodge trailing 7-6. Floyd out of the shotgun. Washington to his left. Takes a belt tie snap. 3-step drop under pressure. Rolls right. Fires back of the end zone. Deflected and almost intercepted. It was Michael Pace that stepped underneath Brandon Benson and nearly had himself a room service interception. It'll be 4th and goal from the 2.
And you can see Brandon, as he was coming across the back, Mike, he had a step on his guy. Josh just threw it a little bit behind on that play.
Dodge City will go for it. At least that's the sense that we have. The offense remains on the field. Dodge 5 of 15 this year on 4th down. Ball on the left hash. 7-6 Omaha. Final 45 seconds of the opening quarter. They break the huddle with 16 on the play clock. Yellow Davis left. Vincent and January right. Floyd working from under center. Washington the single setback. Hard snap count. Jet sweep. It comes to Davis, and he scampers off right in for a touchdown.
Great call, Mike. Expecting, maybe Josh Floyd might even pass it, run it, give him the option to pass or run. And here's Dello at full speed, able to get that handoff. He's beaten most of the tacklers to the outside. Now he just needs a downfield block and was able to find it. Nice play.
There was a flag out at the end of that play, which we would think the touchdown would stand. And then a post-play penalty. We'll get the call. We think. Here it is.
After the score, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 71, offense. That's a 15-yard penalty.
That's on Mac Randall, who was getting an earful for the official after the play. And it looks like Dodge City will go for 2 after missing the extra point to start, to try and get the points back. Of course, if you miss it, you are chasing points, but it's early in the game with 31 seconds left in the first. A 4th down jet sweep call. They motioned Dello Davis across the formation, took the handoff, and could have waltzed into the end zone. Now they'll go for 2. Game Jack Washington to the left of Floyd, who's out of the shotgun with 3 receivers to the right. McManus will snap it, right foot in front of the left. Floyd takes the snap, dancing in the pocket, fires over the middle, and it's caught by Davis, and the 2-point conversion is good. 31 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. 14-7 Dodge City on Z98. 31 seconds remaining first quarter. 4 plays, 5 yards. It took 2.5 minutes on 4th and goal. Dello Davis a 2-yard rushing touchdown on a jet sweep. 2-point conversion good. 14-7 Law. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Kilsoff, Tim Bowler with us as well. Fambro's kick, end over end, angled towards the far sideline, fielded a yard deep by A.J. Downs. Up the far side, number is 5, hit at the 10, lost the football. It's picked up by Cameron, who runs the other way for a touchdown. Jeffrey Cameron took it away from Daniels and rumbles 5 yards for a special teams Dodge City touchdown.
Mike Daniels looked to the outside. He coming up here, and he started up to the middle, then went to the outside and got hammered out there. And really, as he was stunned, in my opinion, able to take the ball away from him and gave it up easily, and then, man, just walked right in there. Man, what an unusual play, but a great big-time hit as he's able to get the football, starts heading up the field, Mike, and all of a sudden he pops to the outside and bam, right there, takes that big hit. Easy strip, nice bounce, touchdown. Was that Green that made the hit? I didn't see that.
Might have been Green, but Cameron's the one that came out of the pile and then runs it in. And now Alex Fambro on for the extra point. We've had 2 special teams mishaps in this game, one by each team. Fambro's extra point right down the middle. 21 seconds left first quarter. 21-7 Dodge City on Z98. 2 special teams mishaps, one by Dodge City on the opening kickoff, the other by Omaha, which actually results in a touchdown, actually both resulting in touchdowns. As A.J. Downs, who returned it out to the 10, was stripped to the football on the kickoff return, and then Jeffrey Cameron recovered, returns it the rest of the way for the touchdown. Omaha will get the football back, now down 21-7. And this time it's Downs again, 5 yards deep. Runs it out, up the sideline, crossing the field, 20, 25, cuts it back to the right, and is spilled by Ja'Cory Quarterman all the way down to the Dodge City 13-yard line. To that is a nice response by Omaha, 37-yard return with 9 seconds to play here in the first quarter, down 21-7.
Mike, but that was a nice kick by Alex Fambro. I thought it was going to hit one of the beams up top, was able to miss it, put it down deep. We had great coverage under, but able to outrun the coverage and break through there. But great job by Quarterman, able to chase that play down and save the touchdown.
So with 9 seconds to play here in the opening quarter, Omaha down 21-7. They actually marked the ball down to the 6 because of the personal foul on Mac Randall, the half the distance penalty. So now 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for the Beef. Chuck Wright, who lost his starting job, got it back last week after Ty Hutton was injured, was the offensive player of the week. First and goal from the 6. Misdirection handoff to Daniels. Running off right guard, cutting it back slightly to the left, and he walks in for a 6-yard rushing touchdown.
Way too easy that time.
Almost the identical play that Dodge City scored on. It wasn't a jet sweep, but the misdirection. Dodge City's defense flowed one way, and Daniels just countered the other way. So following the fumble and touchdown return by Cameron, Omaha back in the end zone. Adolf on for the extra point. Special teams has been, can we say, an adventure here in the first 15 minutes of the game. Adolf's PAT out of the hold of Chuck Wright, end over end. And it splits the upright. 6 seconds to play in the first. 21-13. Dodge City, and now 21-14 with a PAT on Z98. 6 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. And Omaha pulls within 7 at 21-14 following the 6-yard rushing touchdown by Daniels. And now Dodge City will get the football back.
35 points scored in this. Mike, we're on pace for 140 points.
Plenty of activity as Adolf's kick, end over end, spins towards Dominique Carson. He'll take it 2 yards deep. Up the left side numbers 10 and a great open field tackle by the guy that just scored the touchdown, Daniels, who drills Carson at the 10, lowered his helmet right into that collarbone area. It was a late hit, and there was no call, no flag. And now Dodge City will start first and 10 at their own 10. That's the final play of the opening quarter. So one frame in the books. Through one quarter, United Wireless Arena. Dodge City 21, Omaha 14 on Z98. If you're just tuning in, Dodge City got the football first after Omaha deferred, but Dominique Carson's 30-yard kickoff return wiped down after he fumbled the ball. Rashad Rich recovered, and then 4 plays and 41 yards later, it was Chuck Wright going up top to Brandon Kinney. Dodge City then scored 21 unanswered points to take a 21-7 lead. That included a special teams touchdown off a turnover. But Omaha bouncing back after a good kickoff return. And now first and 10, Dodge City to begin the second. Moving right to left at their own 10. 4 receivers for Floyd, who's out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hand off to Carson. Ran into Jamie January and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage running off right guard. Jesse Robertson will be credited with the tackle, but Carson had a running start as he took the handoff, but he ran right into the backside of January. No gain, 2nd and 10.
New play that we haven't seen this year, but January he was going to come across and pick somebody off. Thing is, though, that he fortunately ran right into Carson. Carson had some great speed that time built up.
Just underway, second quarter, 21-14 Dodge City. They're now moving from right to left. Ball on the 10, right hash. 2nd and 10 from there. Vincent and January split to the near side left. Dello Davis to the far side right. 2 in high motion. Floyd takes the snap. Pumps left. Looks left. Under pressure, rolls to the right. Pumps, gets away from a man. Up the number is 15-20. There goes Floyd into the secondary. And he's tripped up by Alcid Panto at the 24-yard line, but not before he picks up 14 and a Dodge City first down.
And Floyd gets up a little gingerly that time. Mike, and really doesn't look the same when he went down on that play. He might be banged up a little bit from a previous play, but nice job there. Look downfield. They tried to get a little pump and go. Wasn't bought by the Omaha Beef. They did a great job on the coverage of the play. He gets to the outside, Mike, and he just makes a nice move on Robinson. Spins by him and then gets downfield for the first down.
Move it to the 25. It's a gain of 15. 1st and 10, Dodge City from there. Brandon Vincent wide left, January in a slot left. Floyd out of the pistol, hands for Carson. Wiggles to the near side left. There he goes, 20, 15, 10 up the numbers. And a horse collar tackle or a face mask as he's tackled near the 10-yard line. Brought down by Antonio Bell, who played for Lincoln last year, played at the University of Nebraska, got in a confrontation while he was there with head coach Bo Pelini, was let go from the program. It's a gain of 15, and he can add half the distance as well.
Now, who could get in? You know, Bo Pelini is one of the nicest guys that you could ever be around when it comes to coaching. Mike, I tell you what, right now, DC, when he's running the football, it's got to be really making Jesse Robertson the linebacker. He's 5'9", low center of gravity also, 215 pounds. But Dominique Carson comes up to him and just does a little inside, outside, inside move and freezes him and runs right by him. And right now, Robertson, we've seen him in the open field 3 times now come up with air and not able to handle DC.
Dodge City, the number 2 red zone scoring offense in the league. First and goal from the 5 with 3 receivers to the right. Floyd out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Carson. Right up the middle, and he surges in. Touchdown, Carson. A collision right at the goal line with Pinto. Carson does it dance, and Dodge City extends the lead.
And Mike Carson's just that strong of a runner. Able to get some great blocks by our offensive line, who is just doing a spectacular job. And then meets a guy right at the end zone line, but able to power right through him and get that touchdown.
Ross,
no denying him.
You hit it right on the head. Carson is not being touched, at least after that first series, until it gets to the second level. And again, Carson was 3 or 4 yards downfield before anybody ever touched him. Fambro on for the extra point. He's missed 1 in this game. Snap is back, the placement is good, and so is the kick. 12:51 left here in the first half. Dodge City 28, Omaha 14 on Z98. 12:51 left in the half. Dodge City 28, Omaha 14, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff from United Wireless Arena. That last drive for Dodge City as they extend the lead. Went 4 plays, 40 yards in 2:09. And Dominique Carson, who's had himself an MVP-type season already, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. It's his 15th of the season. He's the leading scorer coming into play tonight. As Daniels and Downs back deep. Ball comes off the tee, and we can't blame the wind, so we'll blame the air conditioning.
Mike, I tell you what, Ricky Burtz does a great job. This ownership's really good. Chris Boy's family, Joy Ponder family, Ricky Burtz doing a fantastic job giving away a truck here tonight.
Daniels and over end kick. 3 yards deep to Daniels in the end zone, right up the middle, 5, 10, 15, follows Panto out across the 20 near the 22-yard line, where he's wrapped up by Lou Van Green. They'll say his knee touchdown at the 20, a 23-yard return.
It's a $60,000 truck, and what he did was have an individual down, one of the fans down here, draw, and what they went for section numbers, well, the section that got pulled up is the Bud Light end zone. Now they draw for a table. They draw table 1, and now you've got 4 individuals sitting around the table. Ricky's going to draw. He's going to go over and let them know 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoever that number is will come out, I think, at halftime and have an opportunity to win a brand new $60,000 pickup.
1st and 10, Omaha down 28-14 from their own 20. Wright takes the snap, ran into his running back, and then somehow gets the ball off to Rush, runs to his right, then back to the left. Enrico Brooks knocks down Stephen Rush from Missouri State after he gains a couple. Out to the 22. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Next home game, Salina Bombers come in, I believe, May 2nd. Ought to be a big-time ball game, but you get a chance, go get your tickets now, but there's great places to eat. The burrito bar is here. How about Pizza Hut doing a great job? And they brought in the A-team, Barry Ingles and his wife, Pam, to help serve tonight.
2nd down and 8, Omaha at their own 22. Dodge City jumped into the neutral zone as Wright fumbled the ball. There was no flag out. Wright falls back on top of it. No gain to the 22. It'll be 3rd down and 8 and no flag.
2 of my favorite foods, Mike, besides fish, is burritos and pizza. And we got 2 good ones here.
I'd say your favorite food is anything that can be digested.
There you go. The burrito bar, and then, like I said, the Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut does a great job. Western Kansas Pizza Hut is just fantastic and nice work. And I absolutely love their pizza.
3rd and 8, Omaha left hash at their own 22, down 28-14, 11:20 left in the half. 4 receivers, 3 by 1. Wright takes the shotgun snap, 3-man rush, off his back foot, incomplete. The pressure coming from Jamar Seard. He was looking for Brandon Kinney, who turned around at the Dodge City 20, but the ball was about 5 yards shy. It's 4th and 8.
Great rush that time by Seard, able to get up the field and put pressure on the quarterback. But, Mike, let's just tell it like it is. You're standing back there and you're looking and looking, waiting for the routes to develop to pass the football. If it's 3 to 4 seconds, you're in trouble. Got to get rid of the football.
So 4th and 8, the last time they brought Adolf on, he had his 55-yard field goal blocked. And they'll bring him on yet again with 10.5 remaining in the first half.
Last time we came right up the middle. Not as big a rush this time.
43-yarder from the near hash. Right will hold. Adolf will try another one. Snap back, placement good, kick end over end, and it is perfect. So Adolf drills it. That's his second longest field goal made this season. 10:19 left first half. It's Dodge City 28, Omaha 17 on Z98. 10:19 left here in this first half. Dodge City's lead cut now to 28-17. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph. Omaha not able to convert on third down on that last drive, but they convert on a 43-yard field goal by Todd Adolf. Took 2:32 off the clock, and it's 28-17. Law about to get the football back. And Dominique Carson, 7 yards deep, will take it out. Up the middle, 5, 10, 15, 20. There's a seam, 25. Down the sideline, hurdles a man, 10. 5, they're going to say he's out of bounds. He hurdled the kicker, Adolf, running down the right sideline. They'll mark him down at the Omaha 14-yard line. It's a 43-yard return, and it's 1st and 10 Dodge inside the red zone.
You know, I don't want to make any bad blood, don't want to predict the future, but how's this guy right here? And I'm going to say this, I'm glad he's here at Dodge City because we get to see a special talent. This guy has got some wheels, Mike. He's able to make guys miss. But, you know, you think of what Darren Sproles was able to do in the NFL. Dave Meggett, another guy that's not big in stature. How come DC Law and Carson is still here? I mean, I'm glad he is. But that's a guy that should get a tryout somewhere down the line. He's a special talent.
Sean Ponder said that he very well could play in the NFL. There's no question. He's got the speed. Carson, something interesting last week. He's the normal starting tailback. Last week, he sat that first series in Albuquerque. He actually had to miss a practice because of work. He was late to a practice, so he sat himself. And then King Jack Washington, Ponder goes, why don't you have your helmet? And Dominique Carson says, Coach, I missed the first part of practice earlier this week. I'm sitting myself for the first series. Kind of tells you the team player that Dominique Carson is. And really, if you talk to anyone on here, he's the MVP of the league right now through the first 6-7 games.
And that's tough when you got a really good quarterback, you know, sitting back there with Josh Floyd also.
Floyd has been sensational, although last week was not one of Floyd's better moments. 28-17, it'll be 1st and 10 Dodge following the 43-yard kickoff return by Carson at the Omaha 15. If you're just tuning in, just to reset what happened, Dodge fumbled the ball on the opening kickoff. Omaha in their opening drive went 4 plays, 41 yards and 227. Took a 7-0 lead when Chuck Wright hit Brandon Kinney for a 26-yard touchdown. Law bounced right back, 6 plays, 45 yards. It was Carson running it in from 15. They missed the PAT, and they trailed 7-6. Todd Adolf had a 55-yard field goal blocked, and then Dello Davis, after it was blocked 4 plays later, ran it in from 2 yards out. They got the 2-point conversion. That made it 14-7. On the ensuing kickoff, special teams problems. It was Alan Daniels fumbling it. Jeffrey Cameron picking it up, running it for a touchdown. 21-7 Dodge City. Omaha responded after a good kickoff return. Then Alan Daniels ran it in from 6 yards out. They got the personal foul penalty on Mac Randall, so wiped out after that scoring play. So that made it 21-14. Carson had his second rushing touchdown from 5 yards out. And then Todd Adolf just added a field goal from 43 yards out. 28-17 Dodge City. That's at 1st and 10 of the Omaha 15 with 10 minutes to play in the half. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. They set up the screen right to Mac Randall. Good luck tackling that guy. And it takes 3 white shirts to bring him down outside the numbers right. At the 12-yard line, Jesse Robertson, who had plenty of help from Michael Pace. It's a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Nice job by Randall, Mike, because sometimes you get a little excited knowing the ball is going to come to you, so you stay in that position, have a tendency to jump on some cases. Just set it out to the outside out there, able to catch the ball, nice soft hands, able to do something with it. You know, last week, Mike, Josh Floyd has been down there in New Mexico. He's got family, friends, lots and lots of friends, fans that he was trying to cater to basically the entire time that we were down there at the football field.
2nd and 7, Dodge at the Omaha 12. Handoff to King Jack Washington, who backs his way off right guard, carries a couple of defenders, and maybe squeezes out a yard. And As on the ground to make the tackle was Devon Bridges. First time we've heard from him. Bridges played for the Lincoln Haymakers and Corey Ross last year. He's 23 years old from Landover, Maryland. He makes the stop. It's 3rd and 6.
But with Josh, you had a lot of fan base there. And Mike, they know him, and he knows them. In fact, one of the young men there that caught his helmet when he got tackled over by the sideline and the padding, helmet popped off. There's a young man with the Superman shirt able to hand it back to him and wore the Superman shirt in honor of Josh Floyd.
Call it 3rd and 7. They put it back near the 12. Benson comes to the near side left, matched up with Antonio Bell. January in his slot left as Floyd goes under center. It's a fake the jet sweep. Floyd fumbles the ball and Omaha has it. They fake the jet sweep to Dello Davis. Floyd was absolutely pulverized and it's picked up by Brandon Moten. And that's the second Dodge City turnover here in the first half. Floyd had no chance. He was lit up initially on the play by James Patterson.
Or just came right up the middle, didn't even go for any of the fakes whatsoever. And Josh, like I said, he had no idea there was a guy right there on the play and took a hard shot.
6th Dodge City turnover in the last 2 games. And Omaha down 28-17. Did this shift the momentum with 8:21 left in the first half? Second law giveaway. They came into this game, Dodge City did, -3. Anthony Harper's an eligible tight end right. 1st and 10 Omaha, left hash, down 28-17 at the Dodge 21. 2 receivers left and right. Right takes the shotgun snap, sidearms the throw. It's caught up the near side numbers by Rashad Rich, who's hit and dropped by Rico Brooks at the Dodge City 23-yard line. Gain of 6. It's 2nd and 4.
Mike Larry, our bus driver, is in town. He's here at the ball game. This is, when I say our bus driver, from Village Tours, Wichita, school bus driver there also. His beautiful wife is with him. How Larry got such a good-looking woman is a mystery to me. Must have had to be one of those things that you meet for the first time and have to get married. And that's it.
Anybody can write a check. 2nd and 4 Omaha at the Dodge City 23. Misdirection, jet sweep, running left. And Burrow is actually tracked down, moving from right to left by Justin Sproul, who was signed 3 weeks ago, all the way back to the 21-yard line. So it's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd and 10.
Larry's put on a lot of hours for us driving. Greatly appreciate that. We made that long trip after the Albuquerque game. I don't think we got out of Albuquerque until 11 o'clock, 11:30 our time. Getting back in Garden City, maybe at 7:30, something like that for you and me?
I think while we were sleeping, Larry took the governor off the bus. Yeah. 3rd and 10, Omaha at their own 21. Rich and Kinney split to the right. Burrow to the far side left. Right takes the snap, looks left, comes back to the right, and throws a BB to Kinney. Working on Justin Sproul up the near sideline all the way down to the Dodge City 17-yard line. They pick up 12 on 3rd and 10 and move the chains.
Mike, it was a nice pass, but I'm going to say this, really didn't have a whole lot on it. Just kind of tossed that out there. It's the way his delivery is. Doesn't look like he's putting a whole lot on it, but that was a line drive pass to the outside right into the numbers. Just a good play.
Chuck Wright, the Tampa native, who landed at Dana College because of low ACT scores. 1st and 10. Omaha down 28-17 at the Dodge 17-yard line. He's under center. And now Corey Ross going to call a timeout. And it comes with 6:17 to play in this first half.
All right, Kelly.
To reset, if you're just tuning in, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph. Inauspicious start for Dodge City on the opening kickoff. Dominique Carson fumbled. It was picked up by Rashad Rich, wiped out a 30-yard return. 4 plays, 41 yards later. It was right to Brandon Kinney. 26-yard touchdown reception. Extra point good, 7-0 Omaha. Dodge City responded with a drive of their own. 6 plays, 45 yards, and 350. Dominique Carson, the league's leading rusher, a 15-yard touchdown. Missed the extra point, 7-6 Omaha. Adolf during that span missed a field goal from 55 yards out. It was blocked by Rico Brooks and then recovered. And never actually the recovery, but the ball set up on the 5-yard line. 4 plays later, Dello Davis took a jet sweep to the house, 2 yards, and at 14-7 Dodge City. Ensuing kickoff. was fumbled by Alan Daniels, scooped up by Jeffrey Cameron, who ran 5 yards for a touchdown. And then after that, it was Omaha responding after a 30-yard return on the kickoff. Alan Daniels' 6-yard rushing touchdown made it 21-14. Dominique Carson added a 5-yard score, his second of the night. 4 plays, 40 yards and 2:09 early in the second, making it 28-14. And then Adolf hit his second longest field goal of the year from 43. That's where we stand, 28-17. And now 1st and 10 Omaha after the Josh Floyd turnover at the Dodge City 17 with 3 receivers left. Wright takes the snap, and he fires over the middle, and it's caught by Burrow, who made the catch inside the numbers, was pushed outside the numbers by Rico Brooks. They'll mark him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Nice open field tackle by Quarterman. Ball thrown right in front of him, comes up, attacks the receiver, and just gets that open field tackle. Nice play.
2nd down and 6, 5:50 left second quarter. Dodge City up 28-17, but Omaha looking to take advantage of the Josh Floyd fumble and the second law turnover of the game. Brandon Kinney will go to the far side left. Burrow and Rashad Rich will join him. Right under center, 2nd and 6 from the Dodge 13. Jet sweep. Burrow takes the handoff running right and somersaults inside the 10. Justin Sproul hit him first, took the crown of his helmet right underneath the kneecap, and he's down to the 9. Gain of 4, it's 3rd and 2. They are taking a page out of the Texas Revolution book, and it worked. A lot of misdirections, some bubble screens. 3rd and 2 Omaha, now 28-17 with 5 to play first half. At the Dodge 9-yard line, the Beef on 3rd down, 2 of 6. They break the huddle. Burrow and Stephen Rush to the left. Rashad Rich and Brandon Kinney, who played collegiately at Nebraska, to the right. Right under center. Quarterback sneak right up the middle and should have a first down as he tumbles towards Rico Brooks at the 6. He only needed 2. He picks up 3 and moved the chains for Omaha.
Nice play, got that first down. Rodney Carrington, great comedian, was here last night. Had 900 chairs set up on the floor, Mike, and then had a good crowd around the bowl. All 900 chairs were taken down the bottom than people in the bowl. Nice crowd.
1st and goal Omaha at the 6. Rich deep in a 1-back set with 3 receivers. Handoff goes, to Rush. Stephen Rush off right guard. And he is tackled a waist-high stop by Jamar Seard as he was moving from left to right. Outside the numbers right. At the 5, it's a gain of 1. It's 2nd down and goal.
Appreciate the great job that Media Services Inc. does. Mike and Gwen Nelson, Tommy Timmons, Dennis Schreck, and Scott Hominga. Fantastic job with the cameras, guys. You know, we were talking about, Mike, when we travel, we get to see how other people do it. Salina does it with a camera about the size of my fist. We saw Comcast down there at Albuquerque. I think they had a whopping 2 cameras hanging around there. This group does a great job. Nice job, Media Services.
2nd and goal from the 5. Anthony Harper's an eligible tight end. They motion Burrow across the formation, fake it to him, right lobs to the end zone, and it's caught by Kinney, working on Thomas. Touchdown, Omaha.
Just flat lost Kinney. How do you lose a 6'3", 225 guy? Goes over there and basically just stands to the back, puts his back up to the pancake house. Just stands there and waits for the ball, and just a nice little lob over to him. Just completely lost him.
Rossi was waiting for pancakes. That's how wide open he was. And that drive took nearly 5 minutes off the clock here in the second quarter. And now Adolf will come on for the extra point. So after Dodge built the 28-14 lead, they were up 21-7. So they've had 14-point leads on 2 different occasions here in the first half. Omaha sliced into it. They trail by 5 with Adolf's extra point. Chuck Wright will hold. Snap back, the placement is good. The end over end kick splits the uprights. 3:25 left in the half. Dodge City 28, Omaha 24 on Z98. Brandon Kinney, who started his collegiate career at Fort Scott on the eastern side of the state here in Kansas, played for Jeff Sims back in 2008. Actually redshirted his first year because when he arrived, he had bad practice habits. So Jeff Sims made him redshirt, came out, was strong as ever, one of the best receivers in the country, and now he's on the top 15 all-time receiving list at the University of Nebraska. He's got 2 touchdown receptions in this first half. And it's 28-24, Dodge City's lead down to 4. That last drive for Omaha, 8 plays, 29 yards in just under 5 minutes. And capped off with Chuck Wright's touchdown pass from 5 yards out. Now a delay as the officials go over towards the table on that far sideline to talk to the PA. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. But in this first half, Wright and the rest of the Omaha offense has weathered the storm. Wright 8 of 12, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. They've taken advantage of 2 Dodge City turnovers, so 2 Dodge City giveaways and 14 points out of it. Carson is back deep. The #1 kick returner in the league. Squib kick fielded by Justin Sproul at the Omaha 15-yard line. Runs right up the sideline to the 10. The squib kick bounced right to Sproul. And perfect field position now inside the 10 at the 9 after the 6-yard return.
And Mike, not really a good squib kick. Why do they want to go that route? Because Carson's able to return, get great returns. I just think that he wanted to go with a squib kick, but he didn't hit it hard enough. It was just a little soft kick. Got that little nice little friendly bounce. If you're playing a shortstop, you want that 1 to 2 hop bounce. Come right into Sproul and able to just move to the outside there. Nice play.
Robertson on that last stop for Omaha, the #1 tackler in the league. 3:20 left first half, 28-24 Dodge City. And a 1st and goal for the 9 for the Law. Ball on the right hash, they're moving right to left. Kyle McManus, who's back this week, the starting center, missed last week because of the sprained ankle. Mo Young, who's out this week with that pulled hamstring. Only played 1 quarter last week in the win over Duke City. Brandon Benson trots out to the near side left outside the numbers. Davis in January in a slot. Floyd out of the gun. Carson offset to his right. 2 in high motion to the left. Floyd takes the snap. Quarterback draw with a flag out. Up the middle, and he runs right into Jesse Robertson at the 9-yard line. No gain. Right back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have gained a half a yard. And let's see if this is an illegal defense against Omaha.
Mike, we are really struggling right now. Offense trying to go right up the middle. They're doing a very good job trying to keep things contained. Omaha B-Far.
They pick up the flag?
There we go.
They did. Penalty was on. Well, it looked like they picked it up, but they moved the ball to the 5. So it had to be an illegal defense call. And now it's 1st and goal down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal Dodge City after the penalty. Vincent, January, and Davis left. Davis and January in high motion. Handoff, Carson starts left, comes back to the right. And he's brought down a helmet-high stop by James Patterson, who's now in his 3rd season here in Omaha. Gain of 2. It's 2nd and goal from the 3.
Mike does a nice defensive play there. Able to shut Carson down. Not too many times are you able to shut him down. He goes up the line looking, maybe try to go to that inside and then get back to the outside. It just wasn't there.
2nd and goal, Dodge at the 3, up 28-24 with 2.5 left first half. Odie Rush, an eligible tight end left, 3 receivers right. On their feet. Floyd takes a helmet-high snap. Toss sweep right, Carson comes back to the left, breaks a tackle and is swamped under. Ball might have come out again. Omaha pointing their way, but they're going to say he's down. Jesse Robertson, who made the initial hit, also lost his helmet. And that's a loss of 3 for Dominique Carson. It's 3rd and goal.
Mike, they're able to get upfield on us right there. They're taking away anything that we can. We can't let Carson get any kind of chance whatsoever of getting any kind of steam, getting to the outside, then tries to fight his way back. There was just nothing there.
Omaha comes into this game. They're 1-5, but it's kind of deceiving because 3 of those 5 losses were 1-possession games at one point or another in the second half. 3rd and goal, Dodge, right hash at the Omaha 6 with trips to the left. Floyd out of the gun, right foot in front of his left, takes a chest-high snap, 3-man rush, pumps, looks to the left, comes back to the right, takes off and runs at the 10. Running right to the 5, is tripped up, stretches the ball across the goal line. They're going to say he's down at the 2. The one saving the touchdown was Michael Pace. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 4th and goal.
And nice little read right there. Really a great job there by the defenders of the Omaha Beef. We couldn't really get any pass play. Carson released a little bit late, getting to the outside there, seeing that, he was open in spacing out there. Josh couldn't see. And then Josh just takes off, gets those nice yardage down there, but just couldn't quite get in there.
This is your favorite game, I believe.
That'll bring us to the 92nd warning. 1:30 left in the half. When we come back, it'll be 4th and goal Dodge, just inside the Omaha 2, up 28-24 on Z98. And if you're sitting outside driving into United Wireless Arena, they could use an extra person to scoop up chips and popcorn off the field. There's a trail that goes from the 5-yard line all the way out near midfield.
Man, don't throw that away. I mean, there's people drinking beer here, and if I had a plate down there, they could have put it on the plate, and I could be drinking my beer and having some chips at the same time. But
it'll be 4th and goal Dodge when we resume at the 2. Javon Ross is an eligible tight end right. Brandon Benson matched up on Antonio Bell, the other Cornhusker to the left. Slot left with January. Floyd under center with Carson a single setback. They motion Davis across the formation. Floyd keeps up the middle, surging towards the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Josh Floyd. And he got some help. Odie Rush, Kyle McManus, and Javon Ross pushing Dodge City's quarterback across the goal line. A 2-yard rushing touchdown, and Dodge City capped the drive off on 4th and goal.
Boy, Mike, I don't know who came in and did. There we go. We got DC Carson doing a great job. They're also helping Josh Floyd to get in there.
Odie Rush, who started at center, he was the one that was pushing initially from behind. That's a big bounce back after Omaha had cut the 14-point lead down to 4. Alex Famro will come on for the extra point. Snap is back, placement is good. The kick on the way towards the uprights with a flag out, and it's good. Check the penalty. This was after the kick. Now some extracurricular after the PAT.
How important, when you think about this, Mike, Kyle McManus is. This guy is making some nice snaps, able to get it in there. And these are hard kicks here by Frambo. And this is twice now we've seen a ball come straight up into this area up here. And I'm going to say that we're got to be 45 to 50 feet up, not in our area, but where the fans are.
They picked up the flags, and the PAT is good. 1:25 left in the half, 35-24 Law on Z98. 1:25 left here in the first half alongside Ross Miller. Mike Pilosoff. Dodge City gives themselves a little bit more cushion. 4-play, 9-yard drive, took 2 minutes. And it's Josh Floyd. It didn't look pretty to start, but he runs it in from 2 yards out. And the extra point was good. Now it's Allen Daniels, 8 yards deep in the end zone. Up the left side numbers to the 10. And he is hit and dropped by Lou Van Green at the 14-yard line, a 22-yard return.
Another nice kick, Mike, but great coverage to getting down there. DC Law really's got some good things going, Mike, but here's the deal. To me, I just feel like you can't let this team score again here. He was able to answer back, keep this team out of the end zone. You're going to be kicking off to the Omaha Beef anyway. Start of the second half. We're setting up right here. This is turning into a shootout instead of a defensive stand. Got to get the defense rolling.
1st and 10 Omaha, left hash at their own 14 with 2 timeouts. Harper's an eligible tight end with 3 receivers right, 2 in high motion. Wright takes the shotgun snap, 3-man rush. On a slant, he throws it behind Rich at the 20. He was looking to turn and run. It was still a catchable ball between the hash marks. Dejan Love in coverage for Dodge City. It's 2nd down and 10.
But that's really not a good pass, Mike. Like you said, he's coming across the middle. And really, you've got to make that pass. Wright leading, gave him some space a little bit. Thing is, he throws the ball behind him. That's a tough one to come up with.
5th incompletion for Chuck Wright. He's got 2 timeouts. Clock will stop on every dead ball, incomplete pass if you go out of bounds inside the final 90 seconds. Stephen Rush and Daniels split left. Rich and Kinney to the right. Kinney 4 catches, including 2 scores. Wright takes the shotgun snap. They drop 6 into coverage. Wright slings one up the seam, and it's caught. Rashad Rich went up at its highest point, grabs it on Ja'Cory Quarterman all the way down to the Dodge City 10. 26 yards on 2nd and 10, and it's 1st down and goal.
Threw it to a spot, just kind of lobbed it up there. First guy to go get it's able to catch it. Nice play.
Mark it just outside the 10, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. We'll say this, that Wright, who doesn't have the arm that he had 10 years ago, but he has made some nice throws here in this first half. 1st down and 10, Omaha. Under a minute to go at the Dodge 11, down 11. Stephen Rush, the single setback. Right back to throw. Looks right, throws right, incomplete. Was trying to hit Alan Daniels on a curl down the sideline. Cashman Thomas was there step for step. It's 2nd and 10.
Boy, Seard came in there just as Wright was letting go and really put a punishing shot on Wright. Took a little bit for Wright to get up. But you got to be thinking, I mean, those kind of statements right there, Mike, you got to be putting pressure on the quarterback. But you got to be thinking about that right now. He's taken a couple nice little shots. Tough to recover from.
Wright, who won his starting job back. Really can't even say he won it back. Ty Hutton, who replaced him a couple of weeks ago against Wichita, injured his hand. Wright came out last week, led them to a last-second victory over Sioux City, and was named CIF Offensive Player of the Week. 2nd and 10 with 50 seconds at the Dodge 11 with 4 receivers. 3-man rush. Wright throws one right, and it's almost picked off by Sproul, who jumped the route, which was intended for Stephen Rush. And it's 3rd down and 10.
And Mike, I tell you what, I've got to go back because Green did a good job coming upfield again, and it was Green that really put the rush and the hit on the previous play, and not Seard.
46 seconds and 2 timeouts. 3rd and 10 Omaha. Here in the second quarter at the Dodge 11, down 35-24. They are on their feet. Harper, an eligible tight end right.
Got to be thinking Beefer in 2-down territory.
Rich and Kinney split left. Daniels to the right. Right under center. Misdirection, jet sweep. It's a handoff to Daniels. Breaks a tackle up the left side numbers. Broke the initial stop of Justin Sproul, then was finished off at the 5 by Ja'Cory Quarterman. It's a gain of 6, and now it makes it 4th down and 4, and I believe Dodge City just called a timeout.
Well, Mike, well, we had a couple shots at him, just wasn't able to bring him down. Finally able to rally to him and bring him down.
So now you would think, because it would make it a 1-possession game, that you would bring Adolf out on a 4th and 4. You can pick up a 1st down inside the 1.
They're going to, they might. Nope, just bring the water boy down.
Dodge City calls the timeout with 39 seconds. Dodge City had a 21-7 lead and a 28-14 lead, so 2 separate 14-point advantages in this first half. But Omaha has taken advantage of 2 turnovers, one by Carson, a fumble on the opening kickoff that led to a 4-play, 41-yard scoring drive, and the other a Josh Floyd fumble, which they converted into points. Adolf added a 43-yard field goal, his 2nd longest of the season. Dominique Carson has had a busy first half, the league's leading rusher with 2 rushing touchdowns, but Omaha hanging around, and now they have a 4th down and 4 at the Dodge City 5. This is the 6th play of this drive that started back at their own 14. They had that 2nd down play, the 25-yard pass from Wright to Rashad Rich. And the offense is staying on the field.
We got to get the crowd into this for the defense.
4th and 4 from the 5. Omaha 1 for 2 on 4th down. Daniels left. Kinney and Rich split to the right. Chuck Wright out of the shotgun with Rush flanking him to his right. Takes the snap. 3-man rush. Under pressure. Throws back of the end zone, and it's intercepted. Justin Sproul, his 2nd pick of the year, as he threw a duck for Brandon Kinney. That's the 2nd Omaha turnover, so they go for it on 4th down. They come up snake eyes, and it's 1st and 10, Dodge at the 5.
And Mike, that time we were able to put a rush on. That time it was Seard and George able to come up. Really, all he could do, his only option was that he looked to the outside on the right side, left side, our left. It was nothing there. All of a sudden he feels this pressure. He's got to get rid of the football and take a shot at it. He throws it into the end zone. We're right there for the easy interception. Great job defense.
35 seconds and 2 timeouts. Dodge City has 45 yards to cover. About 35-24 at their own 5-yard line. 4 receivers. Benson and Cameron to the right. Davis and King Jack Washington left. Floyd takes a knee-high snap. 3-man rush on a drag route. Caught by Cameron. 10. 15 up the numbers. 20. 25. Cuts back to the left. 20. And he spilled inside the Omaha 15. Tackled by Michael Pace. They'll mark him down at the 14-yard line of Omaha. Now Dodge City will call a timeout. 31-yard catch and run by Jeffrey Cameron.
And then able to pick up a nice downfield block by Dello Davis also. Nice play.
How far off was Omaha? That was the indoor version of the prevent defense. And Floyd's longest completion of the game, 31 yards. He's now 4 of 5 for 46 yards. Has fumbled once, and Dodge just used their second timeout with 26 seconds. So Omaha defers the field goal on 4th down and 4 from the 5, which would have made it an 8-point game, so it would have kept it a 1-possession game. Now if Dodge City scores, you're talking about a 15 or possibly 16-point swing. And now 1st and 10 Dodge at the Omaha 14. Washington and Davis left, Cameron and Benson to the right. Floyd right foot in front of his left, takes the chest high snap. 3-man rush, steps up, will run. 15-10 to the near side numbers. And he's tracked down at the 8-yard line. Waist high tackle by DeMichael McWilliams. It's a gain of 6. It's 2nd down and 4. Clock continues to run with 20 seconds. At least it should continue to run unless they call the timeout. And I believe they did. Dodge City did call a timeout with 20 seconds.
Off at Air Force Base is there in, up at there at Omaha. Mike, it's really kind of famous because that's the Enola Gay was actually built in Omaha. That's where it was stationed. Paul Tibbets won the flew this B-29 Super Fortress. August 6th, dropped the first atomic bomb, the little boy, and really kind of helped stop World War II with Japan in that time.
20 seconds remaining first half alongside Ross Miller, Mike Phillips. 35-24 Dodge City. They have a 2nd and 4 at the Omaha 8. Davis comes to the near side left, trips to the far side right. Floyd out of the shotgun. Omaha showing blitz. They'll back off and rush 3, drop 5. Floyd dancing right, shakes off a tackler, fumbles the football.
No.
They're going to say he's down. Jesse Robertson makes the tackle outside the numbers right, but Dodge City is out of timeouts. The clock down at 10 seconds.
Where's football?
3rd down and 4. Down to 4 seconds. They got to snap it from the 9. Now they're going to clock it. Now the clock showing all zeros. Did they run out of time?
Give us one. Boy, that was slow on the officials getting that ball set.
Did Omaha just absolutely avoid disaster? They spot the ball. Looks like they're going to give them one play.
Omaha's trying to get off the field, but
yeah, they just put a second back on the clock, so they will give them a play.
Mike, really, I tell you what, I thought the official was late, understanding that he needed to get the ball up there and get it set. You know, he went and grabbed the football, and then he started coming up and really kind of walking, and then realized how important it was. Ran up there, got the ball in Kyle McManus's hands, able to get it killed.
Now you got to go to the end zone, or they're going to bring in Fambro.
Fambro's hit.
So Fambro on for the field goal. This will be from 23 yards out to extend an 11-point lead. Cameron will hold right between the hash marks. Dodge City's going to be called for a false start. That's going to run the clock, and the first half is over. That'll be a runoff. Dodge does not have timeouts. And that should end the first half. It's an offensive penalty, which should be a runoff, and that's exactly what Demetrius Ross is saying, which we'll agree with him there. The half cannot end on a defensive penalty, but it can on an offensive penalty, and Dodge just caught a break. Back it up, Fambro now a 28-yard field goal. Cameron will hold it. Snap back, placement good, kick on the way towards the uprights. And Fambro puts it through. No, excuse me. No good. One official is looking at another one, and it's no good.
Opportunity missed again, Mike, and this is one of these deals that we need to come out here in this next half and basically shut out this team and play a lot better defense right now. Offense, I mean, like I said, we're getting our points down. Defense has made a great stand down there just before this possession, able to come down here, but Mike, this team right now might be struggling just a little bit to find itself. You know that we're a better team. Omaha's playing pretty good right now, but we're not playing up to the level that we should be playing.
Fambro 0 for 6 this season on field goal attempts. That one looked good. Of course, we didn't have the opportunity of replay, and the official took a good 7 to 8 seconds to finally make the signal. Sean Ponder said it was good, but it was just wide to the right. So the first half is over, and Dodge City, after Omaha went for it on that 4th down play from the 5 instead of kicking the field goal, Ross, we thought, well, that's going to come back to bite them. And then Dodge has that big 31-yard Josh Floyd to Jeffrey Cameron connection, so we think you got a couple of timeouts, you're going to score a touchdown. And they don't. And then they almost run out of time. They're able to clock the ball with 1 second. A false start penalty pushes it back 5 yards. That should have ended the half. An offensive penalty should be a runoff at the end of the first half. That should have, and Dodge City did not have timeouts. You have the option of running the 10 seconds, and then, of course, they can call the timeout. That wasn't even a case there. But anyway, so they back it up 5 yards, and then Fambro misses the field goal.
But also, you got to credit the Omaha defense. They did a great job not allowing us to pass the ball into the end zone, forcing the quarterback to take off with the run, use up some of that time.
So we are at the half. It's Dodge City 35, Omaha 24 to be beat football to begin the third quarter here on Z98. Back at United Wireless Arena, Dodge City 34, Omaha 24. We're keeping, 35-24, but we're keeping an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard and the implications as far as the standings. Dodge City coming in alone in first place at 5-1, but Omaha right on their heels here tonight at 1-5. But the storyline that we're watching is Texas and San Angelo. Wendell Davis, the former head coach for the Texas Revolution, let go unceremoniously earlier this season. And he was hired earlier this week at San Angelo. And San Angelo is giving Texas all they can handle. Third quarter, it's the Revolution on top of the Bandits, 26-22. So I'll bring Ross Miller back in. So what do we need to see out of Dodge City? Omaha gets the ball to begin the third quarter. They dodged a major bullet, but what do you want to see out of Dodge City in the second half?
Mike, we need to play, and I said this before we took that break there, it's almost like you need to pitch a shutout, to tell you the truth. I mean, for the defense, keep this team off the board. We're struggling a little bit. I mean, and you go, well, we're struggling. You got 35 points up there. But the thing is, though, is that we've really got turned over the ball. The turnovers have helped us a lot. We actually stole one from, to tell you the truth, from about the 5 or 6 yard line down there. That on the kickoff return, able to get it, take it to the house. Defense, we know that the defense is good. I don't think we have yet to see, and I could be wrong on this, Mike, but I don't know if we've seen Monte Lewis in this ballgame yet.
And I called his name, that's for sure. Dodge City came out. Their first possession obviously never even happened because of the fumble, but after that, they scored in their next 2 drives. Misfired on one drive, scored on another, but 2 turnovers in the first half, leading to 14 Omaha points. And the Beef, who dodged that bullet at the end of the first half because of the missed field goal by Alex Fambro, who's now 0 for 6 this year. Now we get set to start in this second half. Chuck Wright and Josh Floyd, if we compare and contrast the numbers, you can't really do that because the offenses are designed so differently. Omaha is relying on the pass. In fact, the Beef coming in, throw it nearly 60% of the time. On the other hand, Dodge City is the leading ground game in the league. And they've proven it here in the first half with 75 yards rushing, but they've only thrown it 6 times. They really haven't had to throw the football. So let's see what Omaha has here to begin the third quarter. They are moving from left to right.
Mike, we've talked about this. We've seen a lot of football. We've seen a lot of basketball, college, high school basketball. So sometimes you have a tendency to play down to a team, and that team will play up. And that's the deal. You can't leave them in a ball game like this.
Second half kickoff, and we're underway. It's Downs 5 yards deep in the end zone. Running to his left, gets a block from Rush, breaks a tackle, cutting back to the right, and is finally shoved down by Brandon Vincent at the 13-yard line after an 18-yard return. As we get set to begin this second half.
First guy to hit him down here, Mike, Monte Lewis.
Guy you just mentioned in our second half kickoff, presented by Western Plains Medical Trust Dr. Ashvac with all of your medical concerns. Follow the law. Think Western Plains first. The action market at the 12-yard line. It's officially a 17-yard return to begin the second half for Omaha, down 35-24. Beef moving from left to right. Chuck Wright, the veteran quarterback, who led the Iowa Blackhawks and Council Bluffs to back-to-back titles. Played for the Omaha Beef, the Nebraska Bears, the Dakota Law Dogs, you name it, he's played there. 1st and 10 from his own 12 on a slant left, caught by Rich at the numbers, the 18-yard line, and then shoved to the ground by Rico Brooks. They'll give him 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
This is a physical game, Mike. You're able to go down there, you're going to take hits, you're going to block. You've got to move up and down, stop and go, pick yourself up, and you've also got to hold on to the football. And if you notice, teams anymore, they're attacking the football. Once you take a hit, you better be having 2 hands around that football. You get that thing stripped.
2nd and 4, left hash, Omaha down 11 of the Dodge 18-yard line, right under center. Rush deep in a one-back set. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Right back to throw. Here comes the blitz. Throws it over the middle, and it's picked off. A shoestring interception by Deshaun Love. Wright was trying to find Rashad Rich at the Dodge City 15. Love's first pick of the year, and Dodge has it back.
Yeah, and that is a great job there by Deshaun Love, able to find that ball and then go get it and stay with it all the way. But the thing is, though, Mike, you got to go back to what George was able to do. George comes in, puts on the big rush. You can see the quarterback scrambling, looking, felt that little pressure, let that thing go. Really probably a pass that he probably shouldn't have thrown, one that he'd love to have back there. But great job by the defense, putting pressure on the quarterback and making him get rid of the football. And Mike, we talked about this earlier in the ball game. You hit a guy and you hit a guy, you got to hit a guy, and you got to be thinking that Chuck Wright now understands what pressure and what DC Law is able to do.
1st and 10 Dodge City following Omaha's 3rd turnover at their own 15-yard line. Floyd out of the shotgun. January and Benson right. Dello Davis to the near side left. 2 in high motion. Play action. Floyd back to throw. Slings one to the near side right. And it's caught by Jamie January. Moving from left to right as he scampered around A.J. Downs to the Omaha 18-yard line. Catch and run of 17 yards. They'll put him down to the 17. So it's a gain of 18 and a 1st down.
Dello comes downfield, Mike, and he's, for us, it's basically right hand our right hand side if we're facing the same way that Dello's coming down. He's coming down that right hand side. As he comes down, he gets to the 10, he starts to cut across the middle, and then here comes January. And when January comes across, it is cleared out over there because Dello's just cleared it out. Wide open, nice play.
1st and 10 Dodge City, just outside the red zone of the Omaha 17. 3 receivers right. Floyd takes the snap, looking to set up the screen. And it's thrown behind Brandon Vincent. Jamie January was setting the block, and Michael Pace wanted a pass interference. That should have been called a pick play because Pace was definitely picked off, but incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Mike, really just give an update on the halftime for the pickup. All 4 guys from that table got to kick. A couple of them maybe 5 to 10 yards. Another one had the yardage, but kicked it off to the back of the tailgate. Didn't hit the tailgate, but about 3 yards from him. And then one hits the beams and comes down and hits within a foot of the pickup, going in for a $60,000 pickup.
2nd and 10 Dodge at the Omaha 17. 4 receivers as Floyd steps back, cocks back, and fires, and the pass caught towards the far side numbers at the 10 by Jamie January. Hit and dropped by Robertson after a gain of 7. It's 3rd and 3.
And Mike, let's tell it like it is. If that ball does not, the gentleman that kicked that at halftime does not hit the I-beams up above here at United Wireless, that ball probably goes into the end zone and misses the pickup by 15 yards. Hits it, comes down, and within a foot of the pickup, of course, has to stay in there to win that $60,000 pickup.
3rd and 3 Dodge following the interception at the Omaha 10. Mac Randall, an eligible tight end to the right. Carson to the right of Floyd in the shotgun with 3 receivers left. Takes the snap, handoff to Carson, running left, cutting back to the right, and he's drilled from behind by Devon Bridges at the 6-yard line. He only needed 3, he gains 4 in a Dodge City 1st down.
Mike, I like the idea of the Omaha Beef and their cowbells. You've got 4 gentlemen down here dressed in orange. Some of them got their face painted, got horns on, a couple of them do, also got their cowbells, but the only thing that I don't like about it, well, one thing I'm glad about is that I'm not sitting right next to them.
Yeah, when you go to Omaha, you hear that for 60 minutes. Devon Bridges, who made that last stop, won a national championship at Villanova 6 years ago. First and goal, Dodge at the 6. 3 receivers to the right. Floyd out of the gun. Takes the snap, takes the toss sweep. Now he'll dump it off right to Carson. Makes the catch at the 7 and strolls into the end zone for a Dodge City touchdown. A 6-yard reception by Carson. Improvisation by Floyd. And Dodge City has 41 on the board.
Mike, that's all on Floyd. Kind of faith. Whether it's going to be a toss sweep, I'm not too sure. But just fake that a little bit. Throws the defense. Floyd looked like he was going to go right up the middle with it. All of a sudden realized that thing was closed off. Well, you still had Carson still running around to the outside, and as he able to turn, right here comes the football, made a nice catch, and it can basically walk right into the end zone.
5 plays, 35 yards in 3 minutes following Chuck Wright's second pick of the night. Fambro for the extra point. Snap back, placement good, kick on the way towards the uprights. And it is good. 11:03 remaining here in the third. Dodge City 42, Omaha 24 on Z98. Dodge City back in the end zone following the touchdown pass. Floyd to Dominique Carson. Now Alan Daniels 8 yards deep. Takes it up the near side numbers and across the 20 up the sideline near midfield before he's wrapped up by Jeffrey Cameron. And they'll say he's out of bounds at the 21-yard line, so a 26-yard return. Back to the touchdown.
Mike, it was just one of those deals. Looked like he was looking for something over the center, if you will. As he's looking through across the middle after doing that fake. He's got pressure coming right up the middle. He knows where his safety valve is. Immediately just turns out there to Dominic, able to toss a nice pass to him. And basically at Dominic in stride, easy touchdown.
1st and 10, Omaha now trailing 42-24 with 10:56 left in the third. At their own 21, moving from left to right. Harper, the right guard, the eligible tight end to the right. Chuck Wright goes under center. Deep in a one-back set is Rush. Handoff Rush, right up the middle. 25, lowers his shoulder and lowers the boom on Ja'Cory Quarterman. Justin Sproul took the brunt of that, and he is face down at the Omaha 23, at the Dodge City 23. Meantime, the run by Rush out of the Dodge City 22. It's a gain of 7 as they check on Sproul.
Boy, I hope he gets up. That was a hard hit. Mike, you got to wonder also about the coaching staff for Omaha, how long they're going to continue to go with Wright. You know what? They've got 24 points up there. Thing is, though, that he's made some bad tosses, too. He's been getting some pressure. You might be thinking maybe of a backup quarterback coming in, too, and that could be Huffington. But Huffington, thing is, though, that I don't know if that's going to be conducive. You want something maybe a little bit quicker. A guy can take off with the ball in the backfield, too. See what Ty's able to do.
The backup quarterback is Ty Hutton, 23 years old, from Reidsville, North Carolina. Won 3 straight state titles while he was there. He came in a couple weeks ago against Wichita. He was 10 of 25. Then he hurt his wrist, so Chuck Wright came in last week. And then Wright in that win against Sioux City was 17 of 27 for 169 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 pick. But with the interceptions tonight, Wright has now thrown 10 interceptions on the year. 1st and 10, now 2nd and 3. Omaha at the Dodge City 22. Sproul was helped up. Courtney Sanders is inactive, so they are a defensive back short tonight. They're playing basically with 2 linebackers. 2nd and 3, Omaha at the Dodge 22 with 4 receivers, 3 right, 1 left. Wright on a screen left, caught by Rush at the 20. And he's tripped up out of bounds by Cashman Thomas at the Dodge 18. It's a gain of 4 that should move the chains.
Nice pass by Wright.
So 1st and 10 to the Dodge City 18-yard line. I'm glad you brought up Monte Lewis, because right now, on the defensive line for Dodge City, it's Lou Van Green, Jamar Seard, and George. And the linebacker is Ja'Cory Quarterman. We've seen Rico Brooks, who's still on the field. So they play basically with 2 linebackers. And then Cashman Thomas and Dejon Love in the secondary. 1st and 10, Omaha at the Dodge 18. Play action right. Lobs one. Back of the end zone. Jump ball. Rashad Rich flips over the wall, and it's incomplete. He came up with it, but I think they said he bobbled it incomplete. Cashman Thomas had the coverage. It's 2nd and 10 Omaha at the Dodge 18.
Mike, when he went over that, it looked like that he had the football, but just didn't keep the possession of it as he came down. A hard place to land down there, but nice little. Well, I mean, I tell you what, that was a good defensive play also, Mike. That was covered well all over Cash going up, and look at that catch right there. Cash able to knock it out right at the last second.
Reminiscent of that final play of the Texas Revolution game where Cashman Thomas at the last second knocked the ball away. 2nd and 10 Omaha with 9:10 left third quarter, down 42-24 at the Dodge 18. Daniels left, 2 receivers right under center. Hand off to Rush, up the middle, carries Marquis Shores, and then Rico Brooks and Dejan Love come up to combine on the stop. Might have lost a half yard. It's 3rd and long.
Nice job by the defense. Hey, Mike, I want to wish a big-time happy birthday to a retiring fire chief, I believe in June, of Dodge City. Jay Taylor, he's going to retire, been the fire chief here for quite a while. He's going to retire, Mike. I think he's probably going to start checking out parasailing, parachuting. He might even try some stuff up in Colorado at some of the dispensaries up there. We'll find out what the old fire chief will be up to. Congratulations, happy retirement, Jay Taylor.
3rd and 11 Omaha at the Dodge 19. Beef 3 of 9 on 3rd down. 3 receivers. Right, pump fake left. Rolls right, throws, back right corner. It's incomplete. Looking in the end zone for Brandon Kinney. He was blanketed by Love, Brooks, and Quarterman. It's 4th and 11.
I'm going to bring the kicker in right now, but I understand Coach is not happy right now. You know, it's a ball that he threw away. I mean, there's sometimes, like I said, you don't want to force anything. But like I said, Wright, you got to wonder, you know, that we're putting pressure on him, if that's in Wright's mind or not, to get rid of that football a little bit sooner than he wanted to. That time he just threw that ball away on 3rd down.
This will be a 33-yard field goal for Adolf. They have late personnel coming on to the field. That's to Michael McWilliams. 1 for 2 is Adolf. He's had 1 block. Play clock at 8. Snap back, placement good. Kick on the way. Towards the uprights, end over end, and it's perfect. 7:12 left third quarter. Dodge City 42, Omaha 27 on Z98. 7:12 left third quarter alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph, United Wireless Arena. Dodge 42, Omaha 27, a 33-yard Todd Adolf field goal, his second of the night. Took 4 minutes off the clock, 6 plays, 10 yards. But the pass that that Chuck Wright wants to have back, obviously on a previous possession where he threw an interception, and then the 3rd down pass that went incomplete, that was, as Ross called it, a throwaway, and that's basically what it was. But it's still a 2-possession game, so Omaha needs a stop. Dominique Carson awaits on the back wall in the end zone. Dodge moving from right to left. Adolph's end-over-end kick hits the ceiling, bounces at the 15-yard line. It's starting field position for Dodge City. We'll put the ball at midfield.
And Mike, this is one of these deals that, you know, you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't. If you kick it to Carson, good chance he's going to return it and get you some good yardage. You saw where they might have miskicked, tried to squib, it was weak. And basically, I mean, just right in the Sproles' hands and just helped us out a lot. Now you hit one off there and give us another good field position at 25-yard line.
How about San Angelo just took the lead over Texas, 34-26 in the third quarter.
And Texas has been my team that's been hot lately, and it's a team that you have to fear, I think, to get into the playoffs.
Beat Wichita last week. 1st and 10 law at midfield. 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Floyd takes the snap, play action, 3-man rush, whistles one over the middle. Incomplete. Over the head of Jamie January on the far side numbers. He was running a drag. Alcid Panto is back in coverage. It'll be 2nd and 10 from midfield.
Well, very seldom do you see Floyd miss something like that, because he had January going across there. January had at least 2 steps.
Floyd hasn't had to throw the football much here tonight. 7 of 11, 77 yards, a touchdown. He did fumble once earlier in the first half. 2nd and 10 law between the hash marks moving right to left at midfield. Davis and Washington left. January and Benson right. Floyd takes a chest-high snap. Here comes the blitz. Under pressure, steps up, breaks a tackle, and then goes down at the 22-yard line. Robinson was the first one to come through, and then finishing Floyd off was Devon Bridges at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2. First sack for Omaha in nearly 2.5 games.
And Mike, basically, they just outmatched us, outmanned us. 4 against 3, able to get up there, put some pressure on Josh, had him step up. Man sitting right there. Real quick, like, where's that Texas-Angelo game at? Is that at Texas or at
That's in San Angelo.
Okay.
Omaha had gone back-to-back games without recording a sack. They have the second fewest sacks in the league. 3rd and 12 Dodge at their own 23 with 4 receivers. 2 right, 2 left. Press man coverage to the near side left. Floyd takes the snap. 3-step drop. Throws a bomb into the back left corner of the end zone. Was looking for Vincent. It sails out of the end zone, incomplete. Michael Pace had him step for step. It's 4th and 12.
Boy, Vincent's a big dude. Coming across there and just had a little step too. Just puts a little air under it. Just couldn't quite get it there.
Now 4th down.
Did they just say last call for alcohol?
Figured it's midway through the 3rd, right?
That's way too early. I have to get my 12-pack up here.
Fambro will come on for a field goal. He's 0 for 6 this year. This will be from 43.
Alex just needs to break that barrier. Once he breaks that barrier, it's going to be all good.
43-yarder right hash. Cameron will hold. Snap is back. Placement is good. Fambro's kick. End over end towards the uprights, and he pushed it to the right. No good. He's now 0 for 7. 4:41 left here in the 3rd, and Omaha has it back, dodging another bullet at the 5-yard line. And we'll take a break. It's Beef Football when we come back on Z98. Things tightening up here, 3rd quarter, 4:41 remaining. United Wireless Arena alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph. Make sure to download the all-new Z98 mobile app. Go to your iPhone or Android device, Google Play or App Store. Just type in KSKZ. It's a free app. You can also listen on TuneIn Radio. And for the conventional listeners on 98.1 FM, you can also listen on westernkansasnews.com. 1st and 10 Omaha at their own 5, moving left to right, down 42-27 with 4:41 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Every time it seems like Dodge is going to pull away, Chuck Wright throws an interception, but Dodge City missing another field goal. Now 1st and 10 Beef at their own 5. And the backup quarterback, Ty Hutton, is in. Takes the snap. Bubble screen right, caught by Kenny, sheds a tackle of Love, and then he's met head-on up the right sideline near the 9-yard line by Ja'Cory Quarterman. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
And that's just a pass, Mike, just to get his confidence, get that first completion in, just something simple to the outside.
Hutton is throwing a touchdown and 2 picks. 23 years old. I mentioned won 3 straight state championships at Reidsville High School in North Carolina. Didn't start collegiately at Elizabeth City State till 2 years in. He was a junior before he started at quarterback. 2nd down and 6. Omaha at their own 9, 3 receivers left. Hutton under center, play action, avoids the sack, throws one to the near side right, and he underthrew Burrow, who was wide open at the 17 up the sideline. Instead, it's 3rd and 6.
And that's where Hutton's got to step into that throw and throw it. That time, he's throwing off his back foot. He did a good job avoiding the sack, Mike. He had the guy sitting out there wide open. All you have to do is step into it and toss it to him.
And looking at the replay, Burrow actually still could have caught the football. That's why he put his hands on his helmet, frustrated with himself. Now 3rd and 6, Omaha at their own 9. Beef 3 of 10 on 3rd down. Anthony Harper, the Wagner product, the right guard and eligible tight end, trips to the right, single receiver left. Hutton out of his shotgun. Play clock at 5.
Yes.
And flags come flying out. This should be a false start on Omaha. Receiver started past the line of scrimmage earlier.
Anthony Harper, I think this might have went on Anthony Harper, number 65. And Mike, when you watch him, he is soft set pretty far back off the offensive line.
Backs it up to the 5, now 3rd and 10. So Chuck Wright, who started this game, was named the CIF Offensive Player of the Week. But he leaves 11 of 22, 112 yards, and 2 costly interceptions. Final 3 minutes of the third, 42-27 Dodge City. Omaha 3rd and 10, moving left to right, near hash at their own 5. Burrow, Rich, and Kinney to the right, Daniels left. Hutton takes the shotgun snap, it rolls back to him. 3 yards deep in the end zone, avoids a sack, steps up, labs one up the sideline, he's got Burrow. 25-20, cuts it back to the right, and has an Omaha first down to the 16-yard line before he's touched up by Dejan Love. So what could have went for a safety instead goes for 29. It'll be first down.
And very lucky he didn't go across the line of scrimmage on that play too, Mike. Did a great job. We put us on a great rush. Timing is thrown off by the ball being snapped on the ground to the back of him. Did not panic. Was able to look up, continue to look downfield as he's able to lead guys behind on the defensive line and then find the open receiver.
Hutton under center, 1st and 10 Omaha at the Dodge 16. Moving from left to right on a jet sweep, it's Burrow who takes the handoff running to the right. And he's hit from behind, waist high by Cashman Thomas at the 10. Gain of 6, it's 2nd down and 4.
Mike, I'm going to toss this out there to you. The NBA MVP, who are you going to go with? Do you give something like credit to Westbrook, whose team didn't make it into the playoffs? Or do you think it's Stephen Curry?
I go, it's going to be Stephen Curry. I give
Harden?
Westbrook, no, I'd say Westbrook finishes 3rd. Harden's the runner-up. 2nd and 5. Omaha, they mark it at the 11. Dodge City 11. 2 in high motion. The snap goes over Hutton's head. Bouncing loose at the 20. And a fortuitous bounce into the chest of Hutton, who eats it all the way back at his 17-yard line before he's touched up there by Monte Lewis. So after gaining 29 2 plays earlier, they lose 23. It's 3rd and a quarter mile.
And it's almost like Hutton. I mean, the snap's coming back, Mike, but he didn't react quick enough, and it's going over the top of his head. I'm not sure if he was really paying attention. I don't think he expected the snap, to tell you the truth.
We've had one roll on the ground and one snapped over his head.
Your defensive line sponsored by Superior Fence.
And now
Ladies and gentlemen,
puts the ball back at their own 17-yard line.
It's a 3rd down. Your 3rd down.
3rd and 28. Omaha at their own 17. Hutton out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. They motion Burrow across the formation. Quarterback draw, Hutton up the middle, dancing left, wide left, tackle from behind by Monte Lewis at midfield after a gain of 9, well shy of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 19.
You know, Monte Lewis has talked about he's had a taste of honey being in the NFL, having an opportunity there. He understands it's a business, and you get an opportunity, and he wants that taste again, maybe even get into the beehive and make it to the NFL. So that's what you're living for right now with number 53 out there on the ball field now.
Now the question is, do you go for it? And that's the final play of this 3rd quarter. Some time to think about it with Corey Ross, who also spent some time in the NFL with the Baltimore Ravens. 3 quarters in the books. It'll be 4th and 19 when we come back for Omaha. At the end of 3, it's Dodge 42, Omaha 27 on Z98. Getting set to start the 4th alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. 42-27 Dodge City. Omaha with a 4th and 19 at midfield. Let's see if they'll kick the field goal here. Dodge has won 5 straight games, 4 of those by a combined 13 points. The last 2 of them by 4 points. Beat Duke City last week 47-43. Week prior, Salina, they beat them on the road 47-43. And then that nail biter where they scored in the final 20 seconds to beat Texas 55-52. And of course, the week before that, it was San Angelo. They survived a Jared Wood missed field goal in the final minute. Won that one 47-45.
I mean, Mike, I tell you what, I'm impressed with their kicker.
And now moving right to left, Adolf will kick another one.
Adolf has done a very good job, and he's kicked a couple solid kicks here too. But when you get plenty of time like this too, that you got a lot of time in this ball game, does it afford you for a fake right here? I don't think so. We're set up for it. He's got to go ahead and kick this.
This one will be from 40 yards out. Snap back, placement good, kick on the way towards the uprights, end over end, and he drills it again. Adolf, his 2nd made field goal from 40 plus. 14:56 left fourth quarter. Law 42 beat 30 at C98. Dodge City's lead down to 12. 7 plays, 20 yards. The drive stalls, and on a 4th down and 19, Adolf drills a 40-yard field goal to cut the Law lead to 12. End-over-end kick comes to Carson 6 yards deep. Up the left side, numbers 10. Cuts it back right to the 15. And then a knee-high tackle by Alcid Panto for a 22-yard return.
Mike, you know what's odd about the MVP and the picks, and I agree with you. I go Curry, Harden, Westbrook. But odd thing about it, there's one dude that we're leaving out of this deal, out of the top 3. Guy named by King James.
Well, we're leaving him out, but with the way Steph Curry has played and what Golden State did, they finished the regular season with the best record, 67 wins. Steve Kerr in his first year. They're the favorites, and boy, that'd be a pretty good NBA Finals. You get Golden State and Cleveland together. 1st and 10, Dodge up 12. Just underway in the 4th. Mac Randall, an eligible tight end. Davis and Carson left. Vincent and January right. 2 in high motion as Floyd takes the shotgun snap. 3-man rush. Pocket collapses, spins off a sack, and then he's brought down. Brandon Moten tracks him down back at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2. It's the 2nd sack of the night. Omaha had gone back-to-back games without a quarterback takedown. They have 2 tonight.
Josh is looking downfield, Mike, and it looked like that he got turned actually by a hand coming across the face mask. It was let go of. Official right there on top of the play did not call it. Pushed Josh out of the pocket. Now he's running for his life. Was taken down for the loss.
2nd and 12, Dodge City. Left hash moving left to right at their own 12. So officially a loss of 3. And now 2nd and 13. Benson outside the numbers right. Slot right with January. Wide left Davis. Floyd out of the gun. Takes the snap. Play action. 3-man rush. Throws across his body, and it's caught by January. A knee-high reception as he wiggled left up the sideline against Panto. And he's out of bounds at the Omaha 23. Catch and run of 15 and a Dodge City 1st down.
The Mike where Josh threw that's basically about a 22-yard strike. Nice little throw right there. And really not over the top, just kind of a 3/4 arm. Sidearm, just a nice throw.
January's coming out party. 4 catches for 50 yards. 1st and 10, Law, left hash at the Omaha 23, up 12. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Option read, Floyd keeps, tries to shake off. Devon Bridges could not. Bridges got some help from the backside, James Patterson. Maybe squeezes out a ½ yard, and 2nd down and a long 9, close to 10.
Nice play by Bridges. That's just going to be basic. Out of that, what's going to be just get to the outside with the quarterback, have him make a move, try to break a defensive lineman down, wasn't able to. Bridges made a nice play.
Dodge City has rushed for 75 yards, but Ross, 0 yards rushing here in the 2nd half. Coming up, 2nd and 9, Law at the Omaha 22. Floyd with Carson on his left hip out of the shotgun. Davis left. January and Benson right with press man coverage. Handoff, Carson right up the middle, sprinting inside the 15. And he's down near the 13-yard line. Marquise Roll and Jesse Robertson combining on the stop. The mark is knee down at the 13. Gain of 9. He's right near the 1st down.
4/19, 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing. Timothy McVeigh, Terry McNichols, killing 168 people. Wounding 680. Blast was so large, Mike, that least shattered glass in 258 buildings in nearby buildings. McVeigh died of lethal injection in 2001, 20 years ago. Can't believe that's been that long.
Gain of 8, so it's 3rd and 1 at the Omaha 14. Floyd keeps it himself and goes right up the middle for a 1st down before Devon Bridges brings him down at the 12-yard line. So he only needed a yard, gain 2.5. But it's 1st and 10, Dodge City coming up on 11.5 minutes to play in the 4th, up 42-30.
Would love to have a score here.
And that's the first positive yards rushing the last 2 plays for Dodge City in this 2nd half. 1st and 10, Law in the red zone of the Omaha 12 with 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Handoff, Carson going left, cutting back to the right. Bridges makes the tackle, grabs Carson around his kneecaps. His helmet came off. And Carson is down near the 7. Some extra jawing afterwards. No flags. Ponder wants one. Didn't get it. Right now it's a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Well, Carson, I think he's got a legit point. Might have taken a late hit. Gets right through the line right there, following Randall. Now he's down. Bam! Right there with the shoulder to the back of the head.
Bridges has to come out because his helmet came off. They mark him down at the 6. A gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Big time drive here for Dodge City. They've eaten up over 3.5 minutes. 2nd and goal from the 4. Benson, January, and Davis right. Floyd out of his shotgun. Dominique Carson off his right hip. Ball on the left hash. 2 in high motion. Takes the snap. Play action. Looks right. Lobs it right. And Carson dropped it at the 5-yard line. As he heard footsteps coming from A.J. Downs. It'll be 3rd down coming up from the 6.
Omaha, 5 of the Fortune 500 companies, ConAgra, Union Pacific, Cubic Corporation, Brookshire Hathaway, also Mutual of Omaha. How about Wild Kingdom, brought to you by Mutual of Omaha. Mike, you would know, started in 1963. Marlon Perkins, guy by the name of Jim Fowler. One of my favorite shows as a kid in 1963 through the 60s.
I said goal to go. It's actually down to go. 3rd and 4 from the 6. They can pick up a 1st down at the 2. Lloyd takes the snap. 3-man rush. Throws one near side and it's caught. Touchdown, Dello Davis. He took it away from Marquise Roll. A 6-yard missile from Floyd to Davis. And the Law extend to an 18-point lead.
Great job. Got some good offensive line blocking. Able to just sit back in that pocket. Look, he followed Dello right as he comes across, Mike, at the goal line and just throws a strike where Dello's able to get it. But great job there by Carson picking up the linebacker as he comes up there. Nice throw.
Bambo will come on for the extra point. Cameron will hold it. Snap back. The placement is good. The end over end kick. And he pushed it to the left. No good. Fambro's had an off night. 10:07 left, 4th quarter. Dodge City with a 48-30 lead over Omaha on Z98. 10:07 left, 4th quarter. Law capping off an 8-play, 35-yard drive with Josh Floyd's touchdown pass from 6 yards out to Dello Davis. Took 4:53 off the clock. Extra point no good, and Dodge City has a 48-30 lead. One of those nights for Alex Fambro that you'd like to go ahead and forget, but other than that, everything is gone as expected for Dodge City. They've overcome the 2 turnovers, which led to Omaha's 14 points. Chuck Wright, meantime, for the Beef, replaced by backup quarterback Ty Hutton. Fambro will kick it away. End over end, floats to Downs, 3 yards deep in the end zone. Up the middle, 5, sheds a tackle, spins to his left, and check that. That's Marquise Roll, not Downs, that received the kickoff, and he's out near midfield before he's tracked down by Cashman Thomas. They'll mark him down at the Dodge City 23-yard line. So it's a return of 31 in Omaha with good starting field position.
Roll's got some good speed out there, Mike. It's just very smooth as he comes around the corner. Able to get down the sideline, able to outrun a couple of our guys, and then we're able to just get the angle on him.
See what Dodge can do defensively right here. It's been the problem for Dodge at times this season, but their defense has come up big here tonight. A couple of turnovers. For the passing game, they forced 2 interceptions, also a fumble, so 3 giveaways by Omaha.
Right back in the ballgame.
And it is Wright at quarterback, not Ty Hutton now. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Let's see if Wright responds. Sends 2 in high motion, takes a chest-high snap. 3-step drop, pumps right, comes back to the right. It's caught by Rush at the 20, up the sideline 10, and he lunges forward inside the 5 before he's tackled there by Rico Brooks at the 4. Catch and run of 19 yards and an Omaha 1st down.
Able to get to the outside. Quarterman and Alan Daniels basically ran into each other, Mike. After that left that wide open to the outside, able to get that to the outside, and the quarterman's not happy on the play.
Timeout, Dodge City.
Dodge City has to burn a timeout with 9:29 remaining here in this fourth quarter. 48-30 Dodge City, so they used their first timeout. If you're just tuning in here in the second half, Chuck Wright at one point for Omaha was replaced by Ty Hutton, who did some pretty good things, avoided a safety on a 3rd and half a mile, and then also had 2 bad snaps. One wasn't his fault, the other one just went over his head, but it wasn't a high snap. And meantime, Dodge City has only put 13 points up here in the second half after scoring 35 in the first 30 minutes. And they've turned it over 2 times, 2 fumbles, one by Carson on the opening kickoff, the other by Floyd, but Floyd has played well, 9 of 15, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Carson, the league's leading rusher, 11 carries for 59 yards and 2 touchdowns. If the season ended today, it would be hard for anyone to vote against Dominique Carson for MVP. It'll be 1st and goal Omaha at the Dodge City 4. Rico Brooks in, Monte Lewis will come out. Ball on the right hash. 9:29 to go. Right out of the pistol with Stephen Rush behind him. And Dodge City has to call another timeout. They're down to 1 remaining. 9:29 left here in the fourth. You ever seen that where a team calls back-to-back timeouts?
Just didn't get the right personnel in. Mike, during that last timeout, they had the kiss cam going on here. It's a very, very cool deal. Showing people around the area that, here in the arena, generally couples, and they kiss and then move on to another, they kiss. And we got to see Larry, our bus driver, as a matter of fact, and then with his beautiful wife. And then after that, they go right down to the Omaha sidelines, get a couple of football players down there. They don't know what everybody's laughing at, and then they look up and see that they're expecting them to kiss. And in a manly fashion, they said, no way.
That'll grab a couple of cheerleaders. 1st and goal from the 4.
Maybe you and I ought to have the kiss cam up here for the Salina game.
Absolutely.
You know I'll be coming over.
I want the telephoto lens. 48-30 Dodge City with 9:29 left in the fourth. Dodge has just burned 2 timeouts in succession because they had the wrong personnel on the field. Monte Lewis is now back on. 1st and goal from the 4. Lewis backing up because he doesn't want the illegal defense. Chuck Wright under center. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hard snap count. Hand for Rush. Starts up the middle. Goes to the right. And dragged down from behind by Marquise George at the 3. It's a gain of a yard and 2nd and goal coming up.
Going to try to go for a quick hitter. George had nothing of it. Able to get right up and make that tackle. Nice play.
The Omaha Beef, the lowest scoring team in the league, coming in at 30 points per game. They did knock off Sioux City on the final play of the game last week as Chuck Wright hit Brandon Kinney from 4 yards out. 2nd and goal from the 3. Right under center. Rush the single setback with 3 receivers. They motion Daniels across, play action. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it's broken up. Jeffrey Cameron, who was in as an extra defensive back, knocked it away from Daniels. Check that, Rashad Rich. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 3.
That's a great defensive play, reading the quarterback's eyes as he's looking to the back of the end zone and able to reach out just with that big paw of his and knock the ball down. Nice play.
3rd and goal Omaha, down 18 with 8:30 to go at the Dodge City 3-yard line. Play clock down to 20. Wright has the call that he wants, is now in the huddle. Omaha 4-12 on 3rd down. Wright has been picked off twice, once in the end zone. Brandon Kinney, 2 touchdown receptions to the near side left. Wright under center, back to throw, looks left, on a slant, and it's broken up. Intended for Kinney, Deshaun Love knocked it away, and it's 4th and goal.
Oh, and he was going to have to thread one in there also with Rico Brooks kind of stepping into the lane just a little bit. Nice defensive play.
And just looking at the replay, that was a great throw by Chuck Wright, and even better defense Now 1st and goal goes to 4th and goal. Omaha at the 3. Chuck Wright under center. Brandon Kinney to the near side left. Play action. Wright looks left, fires left, and it's dropped. Brandon Kinney had it and dropped the ball. Dejan Love and Rico Brooks in coverage. And Omaha turns it over on downs at the Dodge City 3.
Mike Kinney, he just comes down and he sets up shot and gets right in front of the defensive player. He's got to make a catch like this. He really had his guy screened out. Here comes the ball. All of a sudden, right on the fingertips, and drops a for sure touchdown pass.
7:23 remaining here in the 4th. Dodge 48, Omaha 30 on Z98. Boy, back-to-back great throws by Chuck Wright, all for naught. Both to Brandon Kinney, who has 2 touchdown receptions in this game and a game-high 5 receptions. But that last one was all on Kinney, a drop in the end zone that would have made this very, very interesting. But Dodge City takes over inside their own 5-yard line. 7:23 remaining. Law 48, Beef 30, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff.
I've got a 3-score lead. Now, we understand that Bonner's a gambler. Every now and then we'll pop up and throw a deep route right here from this area, right in this, has that tendency. I'm running the football. I'm going to take time off here. You know the backs that you have back there. You got King Jack sitting back in that backfield. I think you've got to feel pretty comfortable right now.
By the way, Texas now leading San Angelo in the 4th, 38-36. 1st and 10. Dodge at the 5 after the turnover on downs. Floyd will throw. Quick drop, throws left, caught by Davis, spinning down the sideline. There he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Dello Davis, he shook off Devon Bridges and then spun to his left. It's a 45-yard catch and run touchdown. And Dodge putting a fork right into the hearts of the Omaha Beef.
Tosses it to the outside. You make one guy miss, and then it was uh-oh time because he's getting in that open field. Dello Davis is going to be tough to bring down here. You don't make that tackle down that sideline, it's over with.
What'd you say? They should throw the ball, right? You didn't say run the ball, did you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would have ran the ball. Just nice little short pass to the outside. Dello Davis able to make one guy miss, and then it's down the sideline. Sweet play.
Fambro on for the PAT with 7:14 remaining here in the 4th. Snap is back, the placement is good, and so is the kick. 7:14 left in the 4th. Dodge 55, Omaha 30 on Z98. One play and a 45-yard touchdown strike. Floyd to Dello Davis. Fambro's extra point good, and with 7:14 left in the 4th, Dodge leading at 55-30. And Omaha getting the football back. Hand over and kick, floats to Daniels 5 yards deep. Up the middle, 5, 10, 15, up the numbers 20. Running to the wall, cuts it back with a flag down. They're going to say he's out of bounds at the Dodge City 23. We will check the flag, but right now, as it stands, a 32-yard run back. Let's check the penalty.
Good job by Fambro because he's the safety valve at the back there. He's going to be your check. If he gets through everybody, Fambro goes up there and puts down a nice little shoulder and helmet right into him, puts him into the wall.
This one might be coming back, maybe a block in the back. To get the call now.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 32, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
It's on Marquise Roll. So it's a 10-yard penalty, and Omaha will start back on their own side of the field.
Don't forget to stop by KW Liquor, located in Butler, and grab all your beverage needs on your way to the next
NFL draft coming up. Can't wait, guys, man. There's been a lot of talk about it since about last year, it seems like.
First ever draft in Chicago.
And I like that, moving around.
1st and 10 Omaha, down 55-30 at their own 17 on a quick slant. Up the near side numbers, it's Daniels, and he's dragged down from behind. All the way down to the Dodge City 15-yard line. And it's Dejan Love, who wears that visor on the front of his helmet. Backs him down at the 16-yard line, so catch and run of 17 and a first down.
If that draft was in Denver, I would go. Maybe sometime in the future you might have the NFL draft.
Is that on your bucket list?
Well, you know what? It's just one of those deals that I think it should be moved around here. I'm glad they got out of New York City and try something else.
1st and 10, Omaha at the Dodge City 16 with 3 receivers left. Wright takes the snap, 3-man rush, dumps it off over the middle. Rush has it at the 15, up to numbers 10 to the 5, and he's in. Stephen Rush, touchdown from 16 yards out. Rico Brooks grabbed him from behind and slammed him into the ground, but he was already across the goal line, and Omaha's back in the end zone. Does not take them very long. Less than a minute. It only took them 2 plays. Offense will stay on the field as they go for 2. 6:19 left, 4th quarter. 55-36, right under center. Takes the snap, handoff goes to Daniels off right guard, and he squeaks across the goal line on a misdirection handoff, but the 2-point conversion is good. 6:18 left, 4th quarter. Dodge 55, Omaha 38 on Z98. .618 left, 4th quarter, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph. Omaha staying alive at least momentarily. Now down 17, 55-38. 2 plays, 23 yards on their last drive. Took 55 seconds. Wright firing a touchdown pass to Stephen Rush. It's his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. He's hit 4 different receivers. Rush now 3 catches for 39. The 2-point conversion is good. So 55-38. Does Omaha start the onside kickathon here early on? They still have all 3 of their timeouts, and they won't. End-over-end kick will float to Carson at the 2. The middle 5 to the 10, skips off the tackle near the 15, cuts it back, and there he goes. 25, high-stepping 20, cutting it back 10, at the 5, and a touchdown. Dominique Carson, 48 yards to the house, and Dodge City answers just like that.
Mike, just a highlight film is what he is. You kick the ball to him, I got bad news for you because you're going to be part of a highlight film. Great move after great move. Make guys miss, stays on his feet. Another broken tackle, that's 2. Able to move to the outside. Once he gets in that open field, it is in trouble. And then you've got to think of a little bit of a sweetness right there. Able to high step it, get it in there. Nice play.
Fambro for the extra point. Dodge has hung 60 on the Omaha defense, which came in allowing 50.5 points per game. Snap back, placement good, kick on the way. And it just squeaked in the right upright. 6:03 to play, 4th quarter. Dodge City 62, Omaha 38 on Z98. Dominique Carson has been electric as ever. A 48-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The extra point good, 62-38 Dodge City with 6:03 left, 4th quarter. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph back at United Wireless Arena. If you're catching us on the way home, boy, Dodge City had 2 separate 2-touchdown leads in the first half. Omaha kept staying around. A couple of turnovers by Dodge City, but the Law responded to their defense, forcing 3 Omaha turnovers. Line drive kick off of Daniels at the 3. Goes back to get it in the end zone. Up the near side numbers, and he's dead near the 5.
That was a hard kick ball. More or less the split style, just laid it on its side, and boy, he hit that. And that was a line drive. Hard to field in the air. Bounces off his hands down there, the receiver. By the time he's able to find the ball, we're all over the play. Nice job.
Monte Lewis and Brandon Vinson combining on that special teams tackle. So now Omaha down 62-38 with 5:55 remaining, has 1st and 10 from their own 5. Dodge City will make the trip to Ralston Arena coming up on May 22nd. It's the first of 2 regular season meetings, and that's also sandwiched in between 2 byes for Dodge City as they'll close the season June 6th at home against Sioux City. 1st and 10, Omaha at their own 5-yard line, moving right to left. Chuck Wright out of the shotgun, takes the chest-high snap, 3-man rush, looks over the middle, and it's caught by Rush. Backs his way across the 10 near the 11-yard line. His helmet came off after he collided with Rico Brooks. It's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
A couple big dudes there are going to come in and make the tackle. Sear did a great job. Also Green on that play. Wow. Mike, this is I'm just going to go ahead and call it what it is. Good win for the Law. We didn't play really especially well, especially that first half, and we had 35 points.
Chuck right now 15 of 29, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, was benched for a series earlier in the second half. 2nd and 5 now. Out across his own 10 as he takes the shotgun snap. Looks to the right, comes back to the left, lobs it over the middle, and it's caught by Rashad Rich, who again is hit by Rico Brooks at the 20, just inside the numbers, gain of 9 and a first down for Omaha.
There we go. That's what I like. The defensive lineman walking back. Got a big-time lead right now. Just walking back, taking your time, up by 24, no hurry. There you go. Now set the clock.
5 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Dodge leading 62-38. First down Beef. At their own 20-yard line, Rich, Poro, and Kinney to the near side left. Daniels to the right. Back to throw right, rolls right, at the number, slings it across his body, and it's almost intercepted at midfield by Rico Brooks. He tried to force it to Daniels. It's 2nd and 10.
That comes on arm strength, and Wright trying to throw across his body. Just not a whole lot of arm strength to get it there.
And he was drifting right and then throwing all the way back left. And that's where Dr. James Andrews has made his living, the top orthopedic surgeon in America, with guys making throws like that. 2nd and 10 Beef at their own 20-yard line. 3 receivers left. Rush flanking right to the right as he takes the shotgun snap, steps up in the pocket and is dropped. A sack recorded by Marquise George. That's his 2nd sack of the year. And a loss of 2 back to the 18. It's 3rd and 12.
Mike, we go all the way up to Omaha last year during the wintertime, one of the coldest days I've been around. I think the next morning it was a -4 the day of the game. Took some bottled water out to get the windshield cleared off after running through the streets of Omaha that night. And the water freezes on the windshield. You and I come home that night after the ball game, -13 in places when we were coming home.
James Patterson checks in as a tight end to the right. 3rd and 12, Omaha at their own 18. Right rolls right, throws back across his body, and it's behind his intended receiver, Rashad Rich, at the Dodge City 21. Jeffrey Cameron, who's been playing defensive back here in the second half with the injury to Justin Spruill. So now it's 4th down and 12. He was the one in coverage.
But Mike, that's a ball that should be caught. I understand it was thrown behind him a little bit. Still get your paws on, got to make that catch. I guess what I was going to talk about there for Ralston, there at Omaha, this team is struggling. And you can just see the progression what Dodge City's made over the year. Our ownership's really good. Our fan base is really good. Franchise of the year last year. Good things going here in Dodge City.
Omaha's gone through 5 different ownership groups in 15 years. 4th and 12 on their own 18. 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. 3-man rush, right, under pressure and sacked again by Marquise George, back at the 10. And the Dodge City defense turning back the Beef. It's 1st and 10 Law, 1st and goal, I should say, from the 10.
Well, and that's just one of these deals that he's looking downfield, and you know that clock is running out. Looking downfield, looking downfield, all of a sudden here's the pressure. Can't even get rid of the football on 4th down, try to toss it up, and maybe somebody could run under it for you. Nice play, DC Law.
1st and goal, Dodge City with 2:51 remaining from the 10-yard line. And this defense, which, Sean Ponder said, hey, we're going to be just fine. We've got the guys, we've got the talent. You bring in a guy like Monte Lewis, and they'll get there. Their biggest problem has been on the back end. The defensive secondary, which has allowed 21 plays of 20 yards or more. But they've played pretty well here tonight. 1st and 10, King Jack Washington, the single set back behind Floyd, who's under center. Moving from right to left in motion was Dello Davis, takes a jet sweep running left, and he is gang tackled. Marquise Roll was the first one to hit him. And drop him for a yard loss back to the 11, make it a 2-yard loss to the 12. And it's 2nd and goal from there as we wind towards 2.5 minutes left in the 4th. And the Law leading 62-38.
Offense in no hurry. Hadn't even started the game clock yet.
So how about Dodge City?
Man.
His score holds, which of course, barring some kind of a miracle, that it will, but Dodge will have won 6 in a row and finally getting some separation after winning their last 4 games by a combined 13 points. 2nd and goal from the 12, left hash for Dodge. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Floyd takes the shotgun snap, 3-step drop, slings it over the middle, caught by Davis, and he's in! Touchdown, Dodge City! Dello Davis moving from left to right, and they went for it on 2nd down instead of running the ball. That's got to feel awfully good for Josh Floyd. They have put 68 points up on one of the worst defenses in the league.
Dello has really got great speed as he makes a crack cross. He decides to come down that crossing route, Mike. There's not too many people going to be able to keep up with him. It just takes a good quarterback able to throw it in there right into the numbers. As he's moving across there at a high rate of speed, it's a nice pass, good play.
Fambro on for the extra point. Jeffrey Cameron will hold it. Snap is back, the placement is good, the kick on the way. And it squeaks in that right upright again. 2:03 left, 4th quarter. Dodge 69, Omaha 38 on Z98. Josh Floyd like a gunslinger here in the 2nd half. Does a touchdown pass to Dello Davis. And for Josh Floyd, it's his 4th of the night, 11 of 17, a $155, and 4 touchdowns. He's accounted for 5. He had 1 rushing touchdown. Fambro's kick, a line drive. Again, bobbled up the right side numbers by Daniels. Cuts across the field. Near side numbers 20, and he tumbles out near midfield. Before he's brought down by Ja'Cory Quarterman at the Dodge City 23-yard line. So it's a return of 23 yards, and that's where Omaha will start as Dodge has opened up a 31-point 4th quarter lead with 1:54 to play.
Something you and I talked about here about the first opening minute of our broadcast was that you take the #1 scoring offense, averaging over, or not averaging, but having over 300 points this season. Then you take the #1 defense that's given up over 300 points this season. Could spell disaster, and that's what exactly it has so far for the Omaha Beef in this ballgame.
And Dodge City's defense, which came in allowing a league worst 271 total yards per game, has given up 216 here. Is right back to throw, hit as he throws, but he completes the pass to Rashad Rich at the Dodge City 20-yard line. Monte Lewis nearly got there. Lou Van Green downfield to make the tackle at the 19-yard line, gain of 4 in the Dodge City territory. It's 2nd down and 6. And that'll bring us to the 92nd warning. 1:30 to play in the 4th. Dodge City 69, Omaha 38 on Z98. Here's some finals for you. Sioux City blasting Salina 79-48.
Wow.
Duke City knocking off Amarillo 45-38. Gladiators now 2-2. And San Angelo with Wendell Davis as the head coach, the former Revolution head man, knocks off Texas 42-38. Figure that one out.
Redemption, justification, however you want to put it.
2nd and 6. Omaha at the Dodge 19. And Chuck Wright rolling right. Floats a pass up. The number is right, and it's dropped again by Kinney at the 13-yard line. It's 3rd and 6.
Chuck Wright has made maybe some bad passes in this ball game, but he has thrown some passes. I'm going to think of 4, maybe 5 passes that receivers should have caught and just flat drop, and that's frustrating for a quarterback.
And Brandon Kinney's arguably, talent-wise, one of the best receivers in the league. His resume can stand up there with anybody's. Played in the CFL with Calgary, played at the University of Nebraska. 3rd and 6, Omaha, the Dodge City 19. Kinney in high motion to the left. A screen left to rush, makes the catch at the 20, up the near sideline, banged out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And then a flag comes out after the play after an 8-yard catch and run on a 1st down.
And this will go on Kinney. And Mike, when you go to Amarillo, it's not a bad trip. It's about 4 hours down the road. Beautiful city, canyons down there, Palo Duro Canyon also. Say hi to my friends there at the jungle, if you will.
Oh, I'll make sure to.
And take plenty of dollar bills with you.
Can only imagine where those would be going.
Well, it's for the beer that you're going to buy and the drinks that you're going to buy.
Sure.
That's a bad deal here for Kenny. I mean, it's a good call because he did after the play right in front of the official.
So it is a first down. So the catch and run went for 8, and then the personal foul called against Omaha will back them up to the 24-yard line on their own side of the field.
Mike, I tell you what a great win for Wendell Davis. I'm going to use this term and feel like he got jobbed, to be truthful, down there. He got let go by the Revolution for some odd reason, and now he's able to go down and get redemption. Then he plays him next week, I think. Don't they play him back-to-back?
Yeah, and San Angelo was 0-5 coming in. First and 10 now from their own 24, and a quick throw to the far side right caught by Kenny. Tackled immediately by Dejon Love.
Listen, you guys got to throw a flag on that deal. That's Kenny sitting there shoving the ball to one of our players' stomach.
They'll mark him down at the Dodge City 23, so it's a gain of 3 as we're under a minute to play in the fourth. Dodge City will make it 6 consecutive wins. They stand alone in first place, with Wichita losing last week and now Texas losing this week. That's their 3rd loss. So Dodge City has a 2-game lead plus another game because they've already beaten Texas.
And the Bombers get their 3rd loss.
2nd and 7, Chuck Wright back to throw. Over the middle, he's got a man caught by Rashad Rich, and then Dello Davis, who's playing at the defensive back position, makes the stop at the 9, gain of 14, and a first down for Omaha.
Yeah, Sioux City with 3 wins, 3 losses. Wow.
Sioux City, you figure, is going to be the 2 top franchises, you would think, just from an organizational standpoint. This is not a slight against anybody else, but Sioux City's been doing this for a long time. Salina as well. First and goal from the 8. Luvan Green looked like he jumped early. Screen left, and it's caught by Rush, and he trots into the end zone for an Omaha touchdown. 8 yards with 22 seconds left. And in garbage time, Omaha has 44 points on the board.
That was a nice little play, though, Mike. I like that. Able to clear it out. Able to send a guy just out of the backfield, more or less, and just have him circle out. I'm going to call it a little faded bubble route, but able to get to the outside, made a catch, walked into the end zone.
Go for 2 here with 22 seconds. It's got to feel good for Sean Ponder. Earlier this week, we asked him about his relationship with Demetrius Ross, and his former assistant, who was actually let go 5 games into the season last year. And he popped up again as the assistant in Omaha. And he said, this is about the players. It's not about the coaches. We don't play. And his players have backed up his words here tonight. And a false start called against Omaha on the 2-point conversion.
Think about this. We lose the first game of the season here in our house. Now you sit there and talk about you got to go steal one, you got to go get one on the road. Of course, you want to win everything on the road. We've won everything on the road so far. And now we come back here and we've protected our own home now. Now we're going to go 6 wins in a row. You go down to Amarillo, a team that you ought to be able to beat down there also. Salina comes into town in 2 weeks. Cannot be thinking and looking over the hill, looking down at Salina. You got to be thinking about Amarillo next week.
False start was on Patrick Harrington, the former Dodge City Law player, as Chuck Wright's throw intercepted in the end zone. Now they're going to say incomplete. Pass was picked off by Dejon Love on the 2-point conversion. And then as he ran it out, he dropped the ball, but he didn't make a football move, so it's incomplete. So the 2-point conversion fails. 22 seconds left here in the fourth. And it's Dodge City 69, Omaha 44 on Z98. 6 plays, 28 yards, and 141. Chuck Wright, 4th touchdown pass of the night, hitting Stephen Rush from 8 yards out. They miss out on the 2-point conversion. 69-44. Dodge City with 22 seconds left in this one. We expect probably an onside kick here. Maybe. From Adolf, who's done his part tonight on special teams. It's a squib. Porterman lets it get past him, goes into the end zone, off the back of the wall. Carson will field and will take a knee. So a touchback will take it out to the 5-yard line.
I like your anatomy, but with the knee type of deal, but it looked like somebody else's knee then, put it that way.
Dodge can take a knee. They'll win their 6th straight game and stand alone atop the standings for a 2nd straight week. Now it's 6-1 Don't miss our post-game show. We'll have Tim Boulware on the field. Talking with Sean Ponder, a couple of the players in a big-time win.
And it is, Mike.
It's their only home game this month. They're back here in 2 weeks against Salina, and then they won't be home again until they close out the regular season June 6th. Now, all that said, if they finish the regular season with the best record, they could potentially have 2 playoff games here, including the championship contest.
How cool would that be?
Really good crowd tonight. First and 10 Dodge at their own 5. 22 seconds. 2 in high motion. Floyd will hand for Carson. Shaking left, coming back to the right, and he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. For a 2-yard loss, Jesse Robertson and James Patterson combining on the stop. Dodge City does not have to run another play. And the Law will have now won 6 consecutive games. And Sean Ponder, last week his team nearly coughed up a 20-point second-half lead. Omaha had kept this one close, but Chuck Wright could not overcome a 2-interception performance. Omaha turns it over 3 times. They came in -8 in the league in their turnover differential. They were worst in the CIF in that department. Dodge City took advantage, and they win it 69-45.
114 points scored in this ball game, Mike. A couple things I thought we lost, maybe our focus, our momentum. A lot of points scored in that first quarter. You know, and that's one of these deals that you really got to worry about is how good is this team can be. We can be very, very good. Get the defense straightened out just a little bit. I think we're starting to see some good things on it. I thought the offense actually sputtered, believe it or not, but we get 69 points. Don't forget we did have problems on special teams, but we had the good things that happened on special teams also. I thought Dominique Carson had a great game. How about Davis also? I thought really had a pretty special ball game on top of this also. But right now, you get the wins that you're supposed to get, Mike. This is a win that we were supposed to get. When you sit there and look at all the factors and the statistics and the records, now you need to load up, get on that bus, enjoy this victory, move on down to Amarillo. There's another one that you got to get. Then you get Salina coming into the house. You get Salina, knock that off. All of a sudden, Mike, you're looking at an 8-1 record. You've taken dominance now over the entire conference, setting a really pretty good place.
All right, let's send it down. Tim Boulware on the field, who is standing by with head coach Sean Ponder.
Coach, a big fourth quarter. What led you to lead the pull away against Omaha?
Well, I think the guys just, they played very well on both sides of the ball. Offense, defense, special teams obviously played fantastic. And obviously, Carson's just a phenomenal player, and Dello Davis made great plays. So it makes me a really good coach when I got players like this.
I know that Dominique Carson had a rough beginning, but what is it about him that's able to pull it all together even after such a rough start?
He's good. I mean, that's the answer. He's just a gifted, talented, unbelievable player, and he's just tough to tackle in space. And you give the guy the ball enough times, and he makes plays. And, we got a lot of playmakers. Obviously, receivers, we had to open up, throw the ball, and Dello had a fantastic game. And Josh played great, too. And offensive line was giving him time to throw and open up some big holes. So he's got good players. That's all it is.
Gauge how your defense played, especially as you're starting to pull away.
Well, it was tough because we lost 2 corners, and then obviously we're asking Cameron, who's a receiver, to go over and play free safety, and then Dello, playing Iron Man. Like I said, he's pretty good too, so we've moved him over, and he played both sides of the ball in that whole fourth quarter. So just an unbelievable effort. I'm sure we'll be a little bit tired tomorrow, but definitely a great win.
What does it say about your team's versatility? They're able to fill in on the holes that are left by injured players.
Well, it just shows that we got great athletes, and our guys can fill in, and we practice different positions, and we rotate guys around. We see which guys some guys can be backup kickers, backup holders, backup quarterbacks, backup DBs. We just have a whole lot of depth at a lot of positions, and all 4 offensive linemen tonight played, and they did a great job.
Lastly, you won 6 in a row, and I know that you're not looking ahead too far forward, but what does it mean to you to have this big winning streak and be the hunted instead of the hunter?
I like it. It's fun. It's fun when you're in first place and everybody's trying to gun for you. It really means that we got to prepare every single week and really break down the video and be on our top of our A game and really do a good job and coach these guys up and then let our athletes go play.
Coach Ponder, congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to send it now to Adolf Davis, who had some big touchdown receptions in this game. And what was it about you to be able to get that spacing with their DBs?
It started in practice, always started in practice. Working in practice, seeing what you can do, seeing what you can't do, and then just roll over to the weekend, And, I mean, that's pretty much all I can say about that, huh?
Yeah. Brandon Vincent has been out, and you've been able to pick up that slack. What's that mean to you to be able to pick up where he's left off?
I'm sorry, correction, that's Maurice Young.
That's right, Maurice Young, sorry.
Like I say, Maurice teach me a lot. So, I mean, by him coming out, I think I can pretty much, I can pick it up because he have taught me already. Taught me how to read defense, get my spacing, with stand on top of the numbers, so I just take my opportunity and run with it.
And great catches there. And when the ball comes into your hands, what are you thinking first?
Touchdown?
When the ball reaches your hands, what are you thinking first?
Touchdown, I got to score. Got to score a touchdown. That's all I can think of. Every time it touches my hands, I can get it on a handoff or a pass. I just want a touchdown. It's only 50 yards, so it's the only thing go through my head.
The communication with you and Josh Floyd, how's that come about throughout the year?
Making plays in practice. Just building his trust in practice, showing that I can lay out and get the ball, show him no matter where he throw it to, I'm going to try to get to it, and if I do touch it, I'm going to catch it, and that's kind of where the confidence and the comfortability came from practice.
Lastly, this team's won 6 in a row, and what is building on this momentum for this team? What are they doing well right now?
We just knowing how to stick together. We got each other back. We know what's at stake. We know everybody is wanting to beat us right now, by us being so hot, but we got so close last year to the championship, so I think that's the reason why we sticking together and fighting on a run like we have been right now, because we know the feeling of almost getting to the championship.
All right, Dello, we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to welcome in Dominique Carson lastly and cover his big game. Dominique, I know the rough beginning. What did you tell yourself after that fumble?
I didn't fumble.
It's like it never happened, did it?
I didn't. It didn't happen. I'm going to think about it, though, but it didn't happen.
Well, you had a big return later on. Tell us, take us through the play and how you were able to get all the way through and what you saw.
I just keep running, just keep my feet moving. That's what I was taught. So I just keep doing it over and over and over.
You had a great game. What did you see from the offensive line helping you get some big carries tonight?
All right.
Happy birthday, bro.
All right, thank you so much.
Great job. Keep playing hard. Yeah.
They did good today. They got a great push, and we got extra linemen now, so it's real easy because they all fresh.
He wished you a happy birthday. Is that your birthday?
Yeah, it is my birthday. Yeah.
So how are you going to celebrate it?
I already did. This was my party right now. It didn't start off good, though. I think they made me take like 6 shots. No, I'm just playing. It was like the fumble. I feel real bad, but it's all right.
Lastly, this team just continues to build its confidence. Where does that come from?
Well, we just stick together since half of us was together last year, and then we get new kids and new people, so we just try to bond together as a team, and the coaching staff as well. They do a great job by helping us out every week.
Last follow-up, you've added a couple of key elements. How you blended those guys into what you guys already have?
Well, we got it real close last season, but, this last season, so everybody come in and do their part, so that's always good.
Dominique, we'll see you next week in Amarillo. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Dodge City.
All right. Happy birthday to Dominique Carson, and we'll go back upstairs to Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, Dominique Carson celebrating the birthday, 12 carries, 57 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also had an electric 48-yard kickoff return for a touchdown as well. Dodge City wins it tonight, 69-45. Your final game highlights next here on Z98.